Oi, oi. Flat Earth British, Martin Liedtke speaking. It's Flatterday. You excited? Be excited. Be very excited. Flat thumbs to all. Thanks everybody who's waiting. Flat thumbs. Do that. Make you feel better before you start. So, Flat Earth British, live across Flat Earth Britishness on Facebook, on the Celtic Tartarian channel, and on Martin Liedtke channel, which hit 26,000 subscribers again, I think, this week. So, hurrah for that. We're going to have a celebration. We're going to have more juice than you can handleth. Okay, I shiteth you not. Just checking my intercoms are all in order. Everything is fantastic. So, anyway, thanks all for waiting. I love Flatterdays. You're going to love this. But in the next 2 hours, okay, I'm going to make your brain melt. Anyway, we're closer than ever, guys. We're closer than ever. Some of the pieces that will be put together in this post was going to make a lot of sense to you, like it has to myself. Okay, guys? So we're going to do a few narratives in this post. To begin with, as you may have seen in the descriptions box, we're going to look into bells again. And the very distinct possibility, okay, when we look into it, it's going to solve maybe a few cases that we've been looking into on Flat Earth British, such as Bunko Booths, etc. The very real possibility of being able to, in the golden era of Tartaria, be transmitters, or to transmit maybe a voice, or maybe even to discombobulate us and reanimate us somewhere else. Ping. Teleportation. Who even knows? But the very distinct possibility of these being actually communication devices, as well as all of the other permeations with bell tech. Okay, guys? Bell systems. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at the evidence. It's mind-blowing. Okay? And that's what we're going to start with. No. My computer is buffing by here. Hope everybody's fantastic. Few of you there in chat, please make sure to share this out, if you would. Thanks. So we got, let me give a few of you a shout. I know Glenn is there. The bells. Have a look how many words actually begin with bell. It's bellhop, bell toll, bell boy, bell end. What about belligerent? Belligerent, as in aggressive and troublesome. Belligerent is another one beginning with bell, isn't it? But you'll find that many of these bell words all have certain connotation in the words anyway. So we're going to have a look at that and see what we think, okay, of the technology. And I'll hit you up with why I think, okay? We had some help with this off of Julie, who is in chat right now, or Julie, okay, who sent me some stuff that she's picked up concerning bells because we've been talking about them. And it's just made the puzzle pieces further drop in place. Okay, so after that, we're going to look into when the USA, America, actually invaded Russia. Okay, and this is to fight in Russia. It's a convoluted story. They don't actually know too much about it, but the fact still remains: Americans invaded what is Tartaria on the map. The old maps, and came in conflict with some famous Russian general who was a giant. So I'm wondering if the Americans were sent in to mop up the last of Tartaria after the Great War. Okay, this is the rise of the Bolsheviks. So we'll look into that, some real questions with that, and a mind blow as well after that. We're going to look into Madagascar. Now, it's an island that I've often thought about, but I don't know too much about. So when I'm looking into it, find out that it's basically the Indian Ocean's version of the Galapagos Islands, as in it's sort of been disconnected from the rest of civilization. When you look into it, you find, it's got the oldest starfort in the southern hemisphere. Okay, so this is from the 1500s. This place is supposed to be colonial, but what it is showing is a distinct lack of classical architecture, but it screams Tartaria and more. This place has had events, okay, as you will see when we look at these vintage photographs and other evidence on the very anomalous and mysterious island of Madagascar. okay, which I thought about a few times. So I'm glad I'm touching upon that at last. I reckon there's a lot to come out with that. Anyway, so we're going to look into comets. We're going to think about comets. We're going to think about the fact of the releases, news articles in the last couple of days concerning daylight, okay, shooting stars or fireballs hitting Earth or coming down into Earth's atmosphere plane. Okay, guys, I'm going to have a think about some ideas behind comets also. Okay, there's lots and lots, and my images of the day and other stuff as well are very, very juicy indeed. We're going to have some fun along the way and keep things happy and light. Okay, it's been a mental week for myself. It's not been an absolute joy. There's nothing like the death of a loved one, who is actually my pet rabbit, well, very much, to ground you and get things put in perspective a bit, I find, anyway. So it's all good. And I've had lots and lots of love from the community, which was very, very needed, and it's just fantastic. So thank you all so much for all. I'm very grateful. Bal is Ball, and Ball is Bell. Indeed, says Shane. So what I'll do is I'll give you all a shout now, and then I'll present the first bit. Okay, it may go on for a couple of hours, but it'll be a couple of hours. You basically, if you haven't watched my channel before, you will not know what hit you. Okay. If you are seasoned to flat Earth Britishness, a lot of this is going to make perfect sense. Okay, guys. I reckon from all of this in this post and ideas that I'm going to share, if I get through them, what I don't get through, I will post with the rest of the stuff that I managed to post in a day or two on Think Tank channel. Okay, guys. So I've got quite a bit to bring out. Okay, so let's have a shout to you. I got my computer here, but it seems to be buffing for some reason. Oh, let me just get that sorted. So peace and love to you all. Flat thumbs before we start. And let's get on with splattering our minds, having fun, not taking life too seriously at all, because what is the fucking point, okay, of actually being serious about anything, really? You know, the reality is completely insane, guys, so why even go with it? Okay, go with your own experience in this place, your own journey is what I would suggest. Okay, so thank you anyway, guys, for joining me. I've got 350 odd of you here now in Flat Earth British chat. Okay, it's a very, very special place, as you will find if you're new to this channel. Anyway, make sure to subscribe, make sure to share this up, guys. Let's get a big crowd over, and thank you everybody in Facebook as well, and Celtic Tartaria channel. So greetings to James Brockhurst, my brother, Captain Rankin, Alva Billy. Thank you, Alva Billy, my brother. Carrie Joyce, and we have Shane here, Adam Karma's here, Blind Colours here. I Heart Fairy 82. I dropped my phone and started playing in my church, or I've had them go off in places like they're not supposed to. Don't even worry about it. I'm happy to annoy people. Hi, Glyph, Adrian, Fritz, William, Matthew, Titus. Oh, Titus. That's me all over. And all of you in chat, thank you so much for joining me. And Julie, who is there, Ellie, who sent me some real good juice concerning bells, which with the other stuff was going to make a lot of sense. Okay, Tony Sax, who's been playing sax while he's waited. So I'm going to try and get my shit together, okay, guys, and I'm going to run through all of this. I seem to have a problem with my computer by yours. It doesn't seem to have the internet, so I can't keep an eye on chat. So I'll send you a PDF, Linux. This book that I have on energy gathering actually is a PDF, but it's like not the original link. And I did try to link it in my chat once before and it didn't work. So we'll see how that goes, okay? But yeah, maybe even if I copy it or something, because it is designs for free energy gathering and harvesting devices that you can use in your home, which I have a PDF of, okay? And they are really, really easy to follow. So I would like that out into the community, no doubt about it. Anything helpful, okay? And especially to do with free energies. No point people getting cold in the winter, and the snow is definitely coming. I don't know what they've been doing to the weather, manipulating it, but they're going to have a cold one this year. I can feel it. So much love to you, Sophie Louise Montgomery, my dear Sophie, and Leroy, and everybody else. Okay, now I'm going to share screen. We're going to look into bells. Now the idea is bell technology, bell transmitting. Could it be possible, okay, that massive bells of old Tartaria, okay, that you could transmit a voice, okay, over the realm to any other place? Maybe if you set the bell tone key to a specific frequency, example 8 hertz, and then the other bell to the same tweaked frequency of 8 hertz, like a radio station, a radio channel, would it be possible to transmit that radio or that voice? Okay, now it may not be as incredible as it sounds when I show you that this stuff is happening anyway now in the modern day, okay, and has been all along. And I think this is a definite method of communication for Tartaria. Okay, guys. I also think there is, because, you know, this narrative which I picked up on deals with the realms of quantum mechanics, although the theory and the idea behind, you know, finding a frequency of sound to be able to discombobulate us, or, you know, take our structure apart and reanimate it in another location, in my mind, you know, that's feasible, but that's just me. Okay, guys. Okay, you don't have to go with anything here on Flat British. I'll give you the evidence. Think for yourself. Bells. 432 hertz bell, or in this case, a Tibetan singing bowl. Now they have healing properties, okay, guys, and other, you know, amazing applications. You know, they're alarm bells. They ring a bell in, you know, school to bring you in, you know, in dinner time. I don't know whether you had that in your schools when you were young. Excuse me. So could it be the ringing a bell in a domed building to create a resonance, or a small dome building with an antenna like a Bunko booth? Could it be some sort of Tartarian telephone box? Isn't it funny how telephone boxes and post boxes are all a blood red color? Yeah, I've been thinking about that too. So I'm going to start sharing screen. After each section of this post, I will come back camera, spend some time, give you all shouts, and then on to the next. But I can assure you it is all mind splatting. So make sure to please share this out. Does this ring any bells with anyone? Says James Brockway. Run like the clappers, guys. Run like the clappers. This tech might be the Antigua tech that we have been thinking or suspicious of, that may have gone askew and messed this place up royally. Okay, there is a sort of narrative to do with bells in the sort of, you know, disaster realm, if you like. So we'll have a think about it all. We'll have a think about 1,000 things, and I'll just spew my brain out. Okay, excuse the phrase, and see what we come up with. Okay, guys. Happy Flatterday to all, flat thumbs, and much peace and love. And thanks for all your love and support with my poor old fluffy rabbit, you know, dying this week, which is really shit, by the way. Anyway, so bellage. Now we'll start here. Now there are things in one day, and obviously in the official narrative, the inventor of the bell is Alexandra Graham Bell, but not so much really. Now, if you look into it, there's another half a dozen different contenders. But they have the bell phone. And in my era, you know, when I was young, we had these phones, or a trim phone was the first mechanical sort of tone. But we had bells in our phones. They also have bells in, oh my God, then ticking devices that you time yourself with the piano that I have in my room and I can't think of the name of. So, can you remember paper cups in school? Or when you were a child, paper cups? Well, paper cups are basically essentially two bells, or two bell-shaped cylinders. You speak into the cup, you cause a vibration from your voice. The vibration moves down the cord to the other end. So it's a rudimentary communication device, or a telephone, using a cup or a bell-shaped thing. Okay, so there's this as well. This is in St. Paul's Cathedral. Now, I have done this myself in a thing called TechniQuest, where you're the one side, and I whispered into a disc, a bell-shaped disc, no less, and my son was at the other end of the gallery, and he heard me whisper. Now, this is the whispering gallery in St. Paul's Cathedral. How does it work? The dome is how it works. If you stand on one side of the gantry here in St. Paul's Cathedral, okay, and you whisper, it can be heard clearly across on the other side of the cathedral dome. The voice resonates up into said dome, okay, and comes back down in clear and loud and audible volume, okay. No, I tried this myself, and it was quite incredible. So going on the thoughts of a cup, okay, and going on the thoughts of the bell phone, okay. This, I don't know if you guys have seen. I know maybe one or two of you have. This is one of my favorite ever films. Is Kung Fu Hustle. Right? It is absolutely epic, but it deals with vibrational techniques and vibrational Kung Fu. And this lady has her ability, or her super ability, is to be able to do this loud noise. And in one part, her husband helps her, Elastic Man. She uses a bell to augment it. And she makes something like a nuclear, if that was a thing, blast wave, which takes out the enemy. They also use a stringed instrument, this instrument here in the movie, Kung Fu Hustle, and when they string it, it causes sound waves, manifestation of objects like spears and axes going through the air. So yeah, so the narrative's there with the bell that this is definitely more. Now, stupors are in fact bells. They're bells upside down, and they are using, shape technology, and they're using resonation technology. Now, this one here, you can see the holes in it. You can clearly see the handles, and you can clearly see these things look like they're upside down bells. But a little bit more, I guess, if you put a spark plug or something that can collect a charge as well, like these things, conductors at the top, then maybe you can do energy gathering also. But this fact still remains that these things are bells. It doesn't seem to be scrolling through there. So anyway, stupors are upside down bells. I'll show you some of the narrative of why they are upside down bells shortly. If I can just get my live feed up. 101 of you in Celtic Tartarian channel. Welcome, James Brockhurst. Thanks for keeping an eye on that channel for me as well. Anyway, so stupors are in fact upside down bells. Now, and we've looked into bells through our vlogs on Flat Earth British, and campanology and the bell tech and the science and the vibrational quality, and possibly coupled with the organ. But there's a lot more going on, guys, a lot more than you actually would recognize. It's absolutely phenomenal. Oh, excuse me, that's not it. That's my images of the day. Let me just get to bell ends. Excuse me. So you get these prayer wheels that if you walk past them, I'm guessing you don't walk past this one, but you can, and you spin them, and they agitate the ether, etc., or they interfere with the ether in some way. And under these little pagoda things, but underneath they have bell. Okay, so I guess this is a bell shaft, if you like, and they've put it over water. So the only thing I can think of with that, guys, is they are structuring the water through vibrational qualities from bells, guys. Now, remember on that post a couple of weeks ago when I talked about Adolf Hitler and Mussolini and the dictators of World War II getting rid of, and in the First World War also they did it, all of the old bells of antiquity. Now, let's have a think. Now, in this picture here in Cambodia, okay, guys, you have this large resonator that looks exactly like a bell upside down onto a brick surface. Something's going on inside there also, but you get an abundance of them, don't you? Look, there looks like a spark plug, there. But they're not phosphatic, so they're part of this complex, aren't they? So I think we're dealing with like unimaginable technology here, guys, in the days of Tartary. And like these bells here are phenomenal. This bell, these people, whoever in this civilization in 1800s, these people had nothing to do with the founding of this old bell that can't be rung. The clanger can't hit it because it won't give a tone because it's wedged. So it's just like a souvenir, just to see how things would be. And look at this coupling. You know, it's just wow. It's just wow. So spark plugs and resonators at the top, okay, guys, using stepping pyramid step technology, bouncing shapes around inside, very vibrational qualities. This place, remember what Tesla said? Sorry to use him as an example, but what else have we got? This place is all resonance, okay, and vibration. So this thing, this beautiful pagoda in Cambodia, okay, there's deities on it or what have you, but the coupling on the top of this bit, the spark plug, is like feeding this well, it looks like a serpent, but down into another part. So this one's, you know, this is energy gathering and transferring it into somewhere else, possibly underground, who even knows. These old stupas, they are bells, guys. They are bells. This is a technology. Sure, they could use this technology with resonation like they do with the resonating chamber of the King's Chamber or the Queen's Chamber in the Great Pyramid of Giza to make a charge. They could do the same thing easily with these. And all of the tech there for ether tech also. Okay, and they are constantly through narratives here in the old world. It's all about campanology. It's all about the bell. The bells, the bells. For whom the bell tolls. So here's one. I think it's in Japan. And what I can see, oh, no, I'm not sure if this one is the Japanese one. I think that's English. But it's a souvenir of this old world. It looks like it's been set up on a gantry. This thing is absolutely massive, guys. And they've all got these strange couplings on top like this. This is the Kaiser bell, the Tsar bell, excuse me, in the Kremlin in Moscow we looked at on the last bell post. Now, note this, if you will, please. Okay, note this. It's the top of the bell, and the bell's got four couplings, four double couplings. The four double couplings, you can interpret that as four angels, okay? Or opposite Tauruses. This one here is opposite to that. That one there is opposite to the one opposite. You know, these could be magnetized. Now, not only that, apart from the flowing water, the crucible, the orb on top with the cross, with the little plasma burst, please take note of the connection with the bell and the crucible or the orb of the Kaisers and the Phoenicians. Okay, guys? Or the Tsars. Them. And some more bell structures with holes in them to probably emanate. So there is funny narratives about the clappers. Now, the clapper is the thing that you bang that gives the tone. That can be set as well because of its amplitude at a specific frequency as well, like they do with speakers for, you know, for specific frequency purposes and resonation purposes. But there's also a thing about clap, you know, like the clap when you get VD, the clap, or run like the clappers, or clap. So clap seems to be a part of this narrative as well. And there's also a thing about dangly bollocks as well. But I don't really want to go into that because it's a bit disgusting. But this narrative is connected with the holons, which are basically subatomic particles. But there is a narrative out there of these things creating circumstances where teleportation would be possible. But definitely, if one of these is big enough and you stand under it, like the cup, like the string, or with even out the string, you could communicate at a specific frequency. How do you think radio signals transmit, guys? They're just alternative transmitting signals. These are. That's all they are. So when the structure of the cup is with the metal plate or the structure of the clapper, which is this, you know, thing down here, the clapper, it's adapted with a bolt. Where's the bolt? There. Okay, so you hang that and you swing that, bang, bang, and a unique sound, technical information in hertz changes, the yin and the yang. And you could see how this would work in a stupa. I'll give you an inside picture of a stupa, but This is to do with, you know, basically universal dome stupas, and the narrative is Buddha, cosmos, path, and dharma, right? But it gives you the idea that in Buddhism, the stupas, well, looks like an ascension process to me, you know, with the throat chakra, third eye, body chakra, crown, blah, blah, blah. So the human's in there as well. But when you stand near a stupa or a bell tech, okay, interesting that they are the human or the person stood inside this stupa as well. So like here, okay, and the top bit is like a spark plug. What if you went inside there, sat down, and you could teleport to somewhere else? But what if in the days of Tartaria after this period, okay, before the mud flood, that you could communicate, and basically any dark entities, Phoenician entities attacking us, we could go into these places, and the blackness or the darkness would just go away. Mini versions. Also, Julie gave me an interesting narrative on the maypole, which was banned in Britain, but we do know that's an analogous for the trip of the sun and the moon over a flat plane. And clock towers like this. Now, this seems to have a Faraday cage around it, so it appears that it might be collecting some sort of charge. And if the clock is a part of the mechanism, what I definitely do, you know, I am suspicious of, because all belfries have bell towers, have bell clocks, most of them. So if the bell chimes at 12, the bell rings, causes a resonance into the dome, and then maybe collects a charge. It could last for hours and hours and hours. So the effect on us, through what it says about in basically Buddhism, for excuse me, my computer just come on, for these stupas, is you will basically disintegration of black energy around the individual. So it gets rid of any bad energies, divine energy activated around the individual due to the circumambulation. So that is why these guys do their, I guess, their torus or their toroids all around the stupas. I got a feeling the same thing's going on with the Hajj, even though it's square. Subtle benefits of circumambulating the deity of the temple. So again, gives you a positive aspect, but they are only bells. Bells ring, okay? Ring a bell? So extra thoughts for electric park here. They have the onion domes with these bits at the top and the energy gatherers, and then you always see these in two towers all of the time, do we not? So is it not, you know, conceivable that they had bells in these parts here, creating charges, resonation, and good health, and communication, and more. Also these. And the Bunko Booths. What if there was a bell in a Bunko Booth, and they were just like, you know, this one's a rather big one, and it looks like it's got a massive antenna on the top, guys, for doing some serious, you know, communications going down on that one. So you could have stepped in, phoned somebody using bell phone. I think you know, the more I think about it, because Alexander Graham Bell, they say, is the inventor of the bell, and that what we pulled apart the other week on Flat Earth British Think Tank channel with bell systems, things started to ring a bell. Excuse the pun, but things started to make a little bit more sense, especially with these giant domes and these smaller domes. All you need is a specific frequency bell ringing in these to create a magical effect and energy purposes, it would seem. Now, it seems in the past, the official narrative for this Tsar bell in the Kremlin is that it basically fell from a tower and it cracked. Well, that's all rubbish. Okay, there's something else clearly going on. So could it be that all of the bells of Christendom rung at one time on a specific frequency, causing catastrophic vibration and events? This one's also got an energy gathering pole next to it. So the bell's definitely related to some sort of energy gathering. Okay, and the campanologists of the past. So, what do you think, peeps? What do you think of? What do you think of? So, Bunko Booths, I think you could, this one's for water, but they have the 4 angels as well. And it could be a bell in there. And it could be, like I just showed you on that picture, structuring water using bells. I think they're doing it. They were doing it. So, these are obviously older than, you know, they're old. You can see the classical theme on this. These are in Istanbul. But can you imagine in the days of Tartaria, like a phone booth, walking into this one or that one or that one, okay, to make a connect call to, say, Philadelphia in the old world, not the new world, by bell systems, the bell that's in the dome that's creating a vibration at a certain frequency that is picked up possibly wirelessly, or who even knows how long the transatlantic cable's been down there, to any part of this realm. I think it's a distinct possibility. Yeah, they even look like telephone cubicles. They really do, guys. They really do. Think of it. You know, he's like making a collect call. Yeah, I think that even might be in the modern day by the look of it. I don't know. And these as well. Dome, put a bell in there, and little sort of telephone pads to it. Or you could have. So, fantasticus. You can ring my bell. I don't sing that. Oh my God, I killed that. Poor, let's leave it to Anita, is it? But yes, Glenn, you can ring my bell anytime, any place. Ding dong, ding. Ring it. Oh, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I definitely think that he's got, like, you know, they got the old Antiquitech, domage, but definitely room for bellage. Okay, and that in there as well. So where is the bell end situated? On top of an organ, guys, on top of an organ. So there's a definite correlation between organ and bells, campanology, Antiquitech, technasmia, and I definitely think communications is a thing in bell science. So this is what we're going to look at next. I'm just going to finish sharing my screen. All right, guys. So I want to welcome a few of you in. We're going to see what we think about that and share ideas. My little computer by here is actually packed up, so I can't keep an eye on chat for you. It keeps breaking broadband for some reason. Don't know what's going on there, so excuse me about that. So good to see you, Stewie. Sidewood Stewie, good to see you. I am created. And Verdict, who's my brother. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Truth is alchemy is Anita Ward's. Yeah. I knew that. I know my old. I'm poptastic. Astral thief. The edge of the ball is important. Indeed, it's called the corona. By the way, the tip to your ball on your bell end. It's called a corona, and as the crown as well. So it's all related to the same subject as now. Weirdly. Dick Richards, love you, man. Love you back. Deco Dude, Judy, you did great homework and extended that well, Matt. In fact, Judy, but I didn't want to bring the quantum mechanics because I can't really. Basically, a lot of people do not understand it for the start of, overstand it for the start of, and we can't prove it. Although I think it's definitely, in my terms, feasible. Definitely to quantum teleportation. Okay. But I'm not going to use like spooky action at distance or any of their spooky, stuff that I can't prove of them. That's just me. So who else? Simo, Zia, hi to you. Paul, Owen, good to see you. Bell, the hee. Get your mind out of the gutter. Yeah, no, I am going to be completely. Listen. Reform character. Okay. The future's so bright. I gotta wear shades. Me and Lee, Flat Earth British, we're in the shades gang. We're in the shades gang to look cool. Okay. Anyway, so hi Annie, hiya Ashton, hiya all of you. Anyway, Psycho Dave, my brother, good to see you. Fantastic to see you all. Yeah, I am created. Puff puff cough cough. Jonas, good to see you as well. Okay, it's wonderful. Oh, fantastic, guys, fantastic. Sandman, good to see you. Cool name. So, I've been on shows. I went on a show this week, basically with friends of mine from about 5 years ago on the internet, an American guy called Anthony Suso. It was a Mandela effect there. But I went on there to talk about simulation, and they had a dude on there, and he said this: could it be possible that we're all dead already? And could it be possible that we're all in pods in the year 1972? He used as an example. Don't know why. Okay. But it is funny that the music has reverted back to the 70s. There's a great Mac Bolan revival, by the way. And isn't it funny how some of the fashions as well that people are wearing during the lockdown period, although they can't go and buy, crap made by child slaves in Primark, but it's all reverted back to like 1970s tones as well. So I thought it was very interesting. But there are films like this around, aren't there, that tell us this thing, might be a thing, like Source Code, for example, or Surrogates, for example, where people are living in pods in the real world, and the rest of us are a simulation of a sort. I think that could be a possibility. Who even fucking knows? Things are mighty strange, I'll give it that. Bumblebee Tuner to Brennan. What's happening, my brother? Yeah, the 70s had epic music as well. The music now is shit compared to the 70s, like literally everything, except for like Bay City Rollers and stuff like that. Yeah, everything else was fantastic. So I hope there's no Bay City Rollers fans in the in the chat feed. So we're going to talk about some more stuff now. Fireballs. We're going to talk about comets, which we talk about a lot on Flat Earth British. They keep going on about the sky all of the time, and I've been talking about stuff coming from the sky. Has she got her foot in the door, and have we got more of this to come? Okay, I'll show you what I mean, and more besides. So make sure to share this out. We've got 660 of you watching. Okay, much love, peace to you. Thank you for joining. Okay, this will be quite a reasonably long show, maybe 2 hours. There'll be a lot of it in it, a lot of content. Peace and love to all. Right, let me share screen and I'll show you what's going on. So Annie Kurtz, it's a small world after all. Oh yeah. Annie Aaron, Dan Aaron, Bell Bottoms. Oh yeah, there's another one. Always made a comeback in the 90s. Bell Bottoms. There's another one. So anyway, I'll get back to chat in a little while, guys. Okay, I'm gonna have to fly through some of this because I've got so much to get through. You see. Okay, thank you. No, don't sing that, man. Fucking hell. Okay. Okay, so it looks like these are increasing. Okay, there was a fireball meteor, if they call it that, spotted across wide areas of Japan, basically on November the 29th. Brightly burning meteor. I don't know if we got any footage of this, but no. But that's what it looked like. So it's a bit like the one in Russia that we all witnessed a few years back. Also, a couple of days later, I don't know if you know about this, fireball in New York State. This one seems to be a little bit more juicy than the Japanese one. A little bit of footage, don't know. But 150 reports, 7 states. People are seeing this loud boom and trajectory on the videos. There's a little bit of footage. I guess we could have a look. Oh, actually, I haven't got my sound playing. But there was a loud boom. Okay, over. You can see it a little bit on this one. Just a tad. Just a tad. Let's have a look at that again. Yeah. But still, highly, highly unusual to have anything like that, a fireball, in the daylight. Okay, this is not something that's common and not something, this usually happens, guys. Okay, now, comets. Now, we've been thinking about comets for years on Flat Earth British. We actually thought, or some people posted, I guess UAP might have posted, that is there holes in the firmament that when the firmament is turning, project this light in from a hole, from what's happening outside? I don't think so, because I think there's water outside. But Lee, who's Flat Earth British sub, hit me up with an idea earlier while we were talking in emails. I think it's highly interesting because it fits with some of the evidence which we've been uncovering. Now, could it be possible because the Phoenicians, who you may think of as the Romans, invented glass glass. Superheated sand, guys. Glass. They heated superheated sand and they made glass. So the Phoenicians invented glass. Could it be that a comet is a glass ball, or to be more specific, a magnifying glass or a magnifier of some sort? Why do I think that? Now, I've put it forward many times through the melancholia codes that a comet comes through and it resets the place. Now, in religious depictions, they will show you the crucible as a glass orb. And we think as the crucible as being the resetting comet. Okay? What's interesting about this picture with the Christ character is there's a cross on the top, which obviously is nothing to do with him being crucified, because he hasn't got crucified yet, you see. So this is part of the technology. The cross is always on the crucible. And interesting, this circular thing inside as well, you know, like this. You know, it sort of suggests a flat plane inside it or something. So more like that. More like that. A magnifier of sorts. And this one will give you like a reflection of, I guess, the surroundings, which will show you big across with this one, that it could be glass. And this one in this painting here is 100% glass. This one here, which is a famous painting, I've seen a few times before, but yeah. And that's by Da Vinci. We've got another Renaissance picture here of another, I guess, Christ character, and he's got a rather massive glass ball, guys. So what do you think the significance? The crucible, the glass ball, resetting, the comet, Christ, the light that blinds us, the eagle. I'll tell you why, it's all the same story, guys. And it's clear as day to me and getting clearer by the day. I think there might be something in it, is what I think. Anyway, we're moving on. Next article, we're going to look into Madagascar, somewhere I've been thinking about for quite some time, but I haven't really posted about it. And looked into the geology is absolutely crazy. It looks like the entire place has suffered some sort of cataclysm. And it would seem that this is one of the earliest places, that they say, in Christendom that colonialism through the Portuguese happened. Okay, now just give me a second. My computer just went off again. Really pesky that. I'm gonna keep my eye on my make sure I'm actually there. So, and I'm looking at the Celtic Tartary channel. Excellent. So, I'll give you a brief history, and I want to go with it because of the time scale. But the fact remains that this is an isolated island, okay, and a landmass of an ancient supercontinent, they say, okay, containing in Africa and containing Africa and India. So they say, okay. So they're sort of suggesting when the name is not far off Agartha or Agartha, which sounds like Agartha. And also about a lot of narratives come to me over something going on with the Seychelles, which is, you know, just to the east of this, and Mauritius as well, which I think they're clues with these islands archipelagos, guys. I really do. So anyway, it's on about how the place got settled, and the Mbuto and the Australians, Asians, etc., all came from Australasia. I come through this way to, you know, occupy it in the Middle Ages. But the narrative is that the Portuguese came, the French have been there, and the French basically freed, which I find I want to have a little look at because it's come through on these photographs. I think it's really alarming, and just shows you what is going on. It's basically the French released 500,000 slaves only as recently as 1913, and I've got photographs. I think these slaves are still slaves as early as the late 1800s, and I think it's deplorable. But we'll have a look at these photographs. They are quite mind-blowing. So yeah, let's have a little couple of pictures of it. It's got quite an interesting history. I've looked at the geographical nature of the place. It is basically like Galapagos, and the species that live here is jungle, it's mountain, not too many cities. The capital, man. I'll tell you in a minute. Basically, geographically, it doesn't sort of look like it's taken a lot of changes. Okay, so that's the narrative for this settlement, which I am not going with at all. Okay, they came on basically rafts all the way from Australasia, chopped down trees. So that is the official narrative, the occupation of Madagascar. But as early as as you can see there, there's a strange feature here. Just mag up on that. Sorry, actually. Is this strange island in this lake here? I don't know whether you can see it, but I can't imagine what it is. I don't know what it's doing there. You got these lakes. This is East Africa. At first, I thought it was like a humongous Starfort, but I can't work out what it is actually, guys. And it's not on any of the other maps, but it's off. This is the Mozambique Straits, and then you've got Madagascar. But yeah, I don't know what that feature is. It's a mind blow. It's really freaky. Okay, and that's where it's situated, looking in an easterly direction, because you've got India, which is by here, which looks really undersized, by the way. And the Red Sea here. Okay, and they had their people, in this case a Knight of Malta, in place to rule it. And what you find with this place, I noticed, is apart from it being Tartarian, full Tartarian architecture, the people are a cross between Indian looking, Polynesian maybe looking, or Hawaiian maybe, and a little bit of East African influence as well, but not really. And what you're finding is they're beautiful. The whole place is beautiful. The scenery, the people, but these turn up. I'm guessing these are the French. The British was there as well, to, as you will see in the photographs, force the population the way that they do as the Phoenicians or the colonials, as they say. Okay, so they got the place covered in Starforts really, really early. Okay, guys, really early, as in this first one here, this Portuguese Starfort is cited as being one of the earliest forts, or the earliest fort in the Southern Hemisphere. This one here, they reckon it took 50 years to build. I can't imagine what's going on with that. And there's this red brick structure here. Okay, they say it's a Portuguese fort, and it has what looks like a Greco-Romano opening or doorway. But most of the structure is no longer there. Looks like there might be something for a bell hanging over the top. So they have loads of Starforts. This one, forgotten about there, in the landscape. So they were there earlier than anywhere else. The Phoenicians, I'm suggesting. Okay, the Romans, if you like, who built or knocked up these Starforts after a reset. But with Madagascar, because of its remoteness, I don't know too much about it, if I'm honest with you guys, until recently, outside of nature programs, etc. But what you're finding is, look at that. Look at that. Wow. I would suggest that this place has had cataclysmic events. Okay, that is mind-blowing, that one. Holy fuck. Wow. So yeah, as well, the Dutch were there as well. Dutch East Indies, of course, but it's the Portuguese who were cited for building all of this colonialism. So Teolagnano, okay, or Fort Daphne, there's one there, but this, you can see, it looks like, I can tell you what it looks like from my eyes, this place. We're going to look at this now, this city, okay, 130, 140 years ago. It hasn't changed that much, and it looks like a bit like New Orleans flavor to it. It's got, for some reason. But yeah, we don't know too much about it because they make sure you do not know too much about it. We're going to flick through some of the images. I'll link everything that you see on this video, on this presentation, up in the descriptions box below this video. Okay. Some of the pictures I will be skipping through because there's 100 of them and it might take some time to go through them. Okay, guys, it gives you an idea of these, the wealth of this place. Okay. So I'm guessing she is an early ruler who looks like a Phoenician. She looks like a Queen of England or something. She's got the same regalia on, seashell over her throne. a very, very large book of the Holy Bible. Really, really got good stuff going on, I must admit. So yeah, we'll have a look at some of the population, but it's the architecture that interests me and some of the things that I found that were just wow. So yeah, the colonials or the Europeans are there, and this is another type of people you get in Madagascar, more your, I guess, East African looking type, but not really, because he got the shake thing going on his head. But just check his garb. Nice massive knife thing going on there, is it? Or is it a chest plate? Yeah, it's got a strap on it. Some sort of chest plate. Regardless, this guy's doing really well and looks pucker. The background doesn't look too pucker, but he looks pucker. So, and let's have a look at this. I do like human interest, and it's good to see, you know, what sort of quality they had. Good quality. Is that a woman of the Victorian era? She looks more like the 1930s. Holy shit. But yeah, really, really smart, no doubt about it. What do you think? What do you think, guys? So 500 odd of you watching, please share this out. Rich, they're all rich. This place rocks, but you'll see something that in some of these pictures that is really alarming, guys. So the elites, you'll see them now mixed in with the population. Okay, these lot who like to see poor people suffer. They like to see them squirm. They like to chuck them, you know, a chicken leg and let them go and pick it up, or chuck money on the floor for them to pick it up. These are these type of people. This is their mindset. They're not good. They're not nice people. And what you find also with Mozambique is, do you notice the fez? Well, somebody sent me a massive narrative about the fez. I was really interested in why it had a tassel on it, and they say, oh yeah, it's from Fez in Morocco. Well, on my map on the wall, the whole of North Africa is called Fezan, where you would have Algeria, etc. So I think this fez, you know, that is in the Arab world, which everybody seems to be wearing, okay, is actually some sort of technology, happy hat technology. There's a room in the top as well. It's not as big as the head. And you get this tassel. She looks like she's Indian, you see, but a little bit Indian, East African. I think it's a really cool crossover. This place is really, really rocks. Let's have a look at this person. Oh, excuse me. And she actually looks Oriental. Does she not? But look at this clothes she's wearing. These are not poor people. Look at this jewelry. Rings of gold, big chunky rings. Gold, she's covered in it. Well, they were doing mighty fine there. And that doesn't fit with the official narrative either. So I'm going to just skip through some of these people. I'm going to link it up. You won't miss them, but it gives you an idea of some of the human types. As you can see, they're a crossover between East Africans, and some look Oriental, some look positively Aboriginal. But they are fine looking. So we get to some of the architecture and our city that I just showed you. So solid structure. It's got two apexes. It looks a bit rudimentary. It looks like it's might be made of mud, etc. But for the same token, there's more going on, isn't there? You know, what is this with the poles, with the pillars, and what is this with the railings? Some sort of canopy. And you got the old ladder. So outside, nothing but stones and rubble. So, and now we'll see what they get up to in the city. So this city. It's not the capital at the time. Tartaria, but this is in France, in French or Portuguese, I should imagine. But as you can see, it's Tartaria. That's got the French flag up. So this is when the French are occupying it, and you've got Christian churches, lots of Christian churches, and the architecture is lovely. I can tell you what it reminds me of. A lot of it is Portland, Oregon, and it also reminds me of even San Francisco. Some of it, it's really crazy. Sure, you know. Check this out. Who knew? Madagascar. So these are early photographs, mine, guys. You know, these are 1800s. But check this out with the mud. Can you see that? You got what I noticed is, see this? It seems to be some sort of guard tower, but without any guard tower on top. So, like at one time, it might have been a guard tower. Yeah. So you get all of these what looks like cutaway sections. I'm not sure if you've got a wall there, and you got people in pith helmets there. So they're your colonials occupying this building. It's got a strange circular thing on top. I don't know what to make of that, guys. Excuse me. And the great building that you see here with 4 possible bell towers, technasmia portals, and these little parts here which look like little, I don't know, Greco-Romano openings. But wow, what a fantastic building. That's the only thing I've seen this temple like. It's half pyramid, half temple. It's got a statue on the roof which looks Phoenician. There's also a other statues we'll see in a minute as well, which suggested they are here, which they are because they're the French and the Germans and the British, or white Christendom, if you like, them. So you got in the early days there, they definitely had technasmia. You can see it on every single structure. You know, the tower, the dome roof, you'll see technasmia on top of them. And you've got the twin towers here, 2 bell towers, and a massive, beautiful cymatic pattern in the shape of a flower of life. It's absolutely beautiful, and you can see even the smaller structures have ports as well. Okay, and that is a cathedral, Tartary Cathedral. Okay, superbitude. So, like the 4 angels on each corner, 4 pillars, and in the middle a dome. What you're going to see all over Christendom. It's a microcosm of this place and how it works. So interesting. This one's got a steel gantry, and that one hasn't. It seems to have doors, viewing platforms. So if you have bells in here, specific frequency, specific campanology. I noticed there's only there's one guy there with a pith helmet on, so he's a colonial. So where's the population? Oh, they're there down by the river. Fine. Okay. They got cannons though. As you can see, it looks like to me, the population are maybe new arrivals, but in uniforms, because like the Mexicans you see in this era, they all got these white uniforms on, all the same. Now, I dig that it's hot and they might wear white, but no, guys, they're all wearing identical clothes. Like they do, but a different style in the photographs of the Tartarian arrivals in San Francisco in 1906. Okay, guys? So, the new arrivals, not Tartarians. So I'm thinking the colonials, and they kept it on the history books, have got this place into complete and utter submission at this time. Look at this building left to rack and ruin. Aesthetics? What for? What would be its purpose? Look outside, nothing but rocks and mud. Yeah, you get 2 towers with a wire coming off it. It'll look like they might be superconductors and wires at the top. So the whole thing here, even these, come on guys, look at this, and inside, what a technology. Right there, left out. Advanced Asian technology out in out in nowhere. And the population that have been suppressed that we're going to witness in a minute, they don't live in these where the colonials don't. No, they live down here in shacks. But you see these white things they're wearing, they all got them on. And a lot of them like trousered suits as well, like, you know, uniforms. Notice the colonials. You see how many of them? So this is how many are in the town, having a little get together with some colonials and some troops. You will see a lot of troops, guys. Okay. So these, from what I make out, you see this line here. This is a line of armed soldiers, and this is a double line of armed soldiers. I think they have bayonets fixed, and they're standing 2 thick, maybe 3 thick. The sergeant's behind them, keeping them in line. And this line here, so to my eyes, and it's going up here, anyone in the center of this image is completely surrounded by heavily armed army. Why? Are they being protected, or are they being killed. And look, all of these civilians, or the people who live here or from here apparently, are all dressed in these white uniforms or capes or whatever they are. So stretches off quite a bit as well to the beautiful flat horizon. And there's that cathedral again. So yeah, some sinister stuff coming up with these with the treatment of humans, as you will see. So they got a militia, but they're being led, as you can see, by the guys in the pith helmets. And these are these uniforms. Do you see these uniforms with the fez? It's like literally the population's wearing them. You can see all of them. And look at these buildings as well. It's really, really cool. Do you see what I mean by New Orleans, guys? You get that Moorish, that, you know, that Arcadian feel to the place as well, which is why I think this may have been a last bastion for Tartaria, because of its remoteness after a reset. But you can witness the reset in these pictures. You'll see in a minute. See what I mean? Every single one of them dressed in white. They're all coming out in some masses. I'm guessing it could be some one big, massive christening, guys, or baptism. Who even knows? Excuse me. You see these guys in the pith helmets again. Look, they're bastards, I think. You'll see in a minute. So they're being led in. A multitude of people. Wow, that is a lot of people. See that Bunko booth there as well? They're there as well. You see what I mean? And they're really, really, you know, in my mind, conveniently placed. What's the age on this one here? Look at the age on this stonework here, guys. Sheesh. How much we don't know. So yeah, this collection of photographs, very telling. I have collected the images of the city from, you can get on Google as well, different ones, but not as telling because these are sort of, they don't want these, you know, some of these shown, I guess. So let's have a look. My computer keeps dropping off. I've got a clue how many of you are here, but so what I noticed is the entire city is tiered on a big hill. I thought, well, there's interest in that hill. And then I got to look and I seen all that. And I thought, right, well, that's a rocky hill then. It's like all rock. Okay. I got to think a little bit further. I thought, well, is it a case that this place has maybe had some sort of vibrational quality, like a, you know, fasces or something that has turned this place to literally mush? Because, you know, microwaves can turn things to mush. As I'm sure you know, if you've seen any of the evidence of a magnet pointed or anything, it turns metal into mush. Stone's no problem. It turns it into smush. Okay, so the whole thing has got this sort of chalky color stone, and everything is built on top of it. Now remember, they built civilization on top of civilization, and on that thought, I thought, well, okay, you've got some strange strata here in lines, and when you get a bit closer, it looks like, you know, some of it looks to be quite clean-faced. You know, it's not a coast, you know, that's been eroded here. This thing's... So it's a very unusual place to build a city, but it's protected, but on what I think is older. What I think is older, and you'll see why now shortly. Okay. So... a little bit of columnage going on there, but the suburbs are like where they are everywhere, sprawling. This looks like the South Wales valleys, sprawling houses stuck on the hillside. And there's some of the natives down there. Cool. So what do they do for a living? Well, to me, it's like the film Apocalypto, where the evil people come into the village and grab all of the beautiful people who are living really happily and drag them off to be actually sacrificed and stuff. So I get in that buzz from looking at these pictures, and you'll see why shortly. Look at this. Strange geological formations with it all. And the way it's all just teetering. You see? But look at that up there. Looks like could be Nice or something, but look at the rocks and this unreal strata, and they put just houses on anywhere on it that they could. There. How'd you get up to these places? How do you get up to these places? Look at the size of these buildings. Yeah? Some washing on the line down there. Fuck. How much we never knew, right? So, it's quite a high-rise building, that as well. And then I got to see this, and I thought, well, if you had an event like, some sort of fasces, or even a superheated plasma wave, or, firestorm, or super lightning, or plasma, or anything like that, that could take away or melt an entire civilization, would it leave any scarring on the landscape? Well, what about that? Well, that gaping fucking gash on the side of that hill. Are you seeing that, guys? What could have made that? Is it a quarry? Well, no, there's no road going into it. They get the quarry stone out. So what is it? Earthquake? Cracked it open? Guys, that looks suspiciously like it's been, slapped by some sort of lightning, super lightning, superheated. Look at that hill as well. So yeah, something really hit that. So there's evidence that there could be plasma discharge, a strange anomalous domed mountain, and what looks like the most craziest landscape imaginable to put a flipping city on. It just doesn't make no sense to me. Anyway, let's look through a few more. I won't be showing them all because basically there's just 100 odd of them. But Tartaria is there. It's on a very unusual landscape. But I noticed they got this wall put in place. This compound here is completely surrounded by a wall. But check this out. This side, just like what we see with the lead atlas maps to stop the floods, mud floods, which looks like what's here grown over with grass, coming into the city from this angle, they put a big wall. Big wall. I wonder if that's part of a huge Starfort system. Old world. Still remaining. It goes up there. It has a turn there. But I'm not sure if it's the same wall. It seems to be extended upon it. The wall would have maybe come this way. So, yeah. Who built that wall, eh? Oh, it's the colonials. Yeah, it's always the colonials. In the gold rush. So, really, really unusual landscape. Little Christian chapels everywhere and cute little 3-story things which look like they could be mud flooders. But, very, with these verandas, I'm getting that Southern American feel to it all. Or maybe Mexican. But, yeah, guess that's the Portuguese feel to it all. I don't know. So let's flick through a few more. So I don't know what to make of that gash in the landscape. But we'll find out what the natives get up to in a minute. I'm not sure. We'll have to have a look at it with keener eyes and see what we think, guys, okay? As you will see shortly. So, oh, that's a really nice shot. Look at that. I know it's got glare, but look at these balustrades. All right, you've got a guy in a pith helmet. Where's he going? Up to that building with a ladder. Okay. There's just overwhelming army in this city, guys. There's more army than anything else. And then they got a militia. All right, the people are getting about. He's got a Panama hat on there. And getting about their business, but they got open sewerage. Open sewerage there. So they haven't got any sewerage down. Maybe not in the suburbs. So, yeah, they have some sort of stately meeting, as you'll see here. And these people, again, in their white, some of them trousered uniforms, some of them like gowns and stuff. But this is for a load of dignitaries. I'm going to see what goes down now. I don't think it's funny at all. But look at this staircase here. That's really unusual, that stone there, isn't it? Look how modern looking this place is. What's that? What is that? A ladder. The box there could be a bird box, I guess. But take note, portal blocked up. Again, so you used to put in a hole, that you're just going to block up and never ever use. It makes no sense at all. Look at this. Oh yeah, so we're doing a bit of gardening. Now this seems okay. I thought at first shot. I thought, okay, that's fair. We get the the people who live here to turn over a bit of earth and do a bit of farming. So they look really clean as well to be mucking around with earth. I thought, are they really doing that work? A shovel's not really that dirty. Is it a setup shot? I don't know. But anyway, natives doing, or the people who live there doing some gardening. Looks a setup shot. And they're using these great grain wheels as well. Massive, massive grain wheels. What's driving them? This wheel, I guess. Is they still being used? No. Why? With that population. Yeah. So they got like a FEMA camp set up in the middle in this place here, outside this church, in a grid. So I thought first, well, okay, this place has been mud flooded, re-landscaped, well, looks like relatively recently. And I thought, hang on. If these are arrivals, which it looks like they are, and they're all in similar clothes, they're all highly suppressed, as you will see in a minute. And they're all dressed in these same white clothes, and they're all in these huts. And then they filter them out up these large, weird, future-y looking staircases to all of these new developments by here and out here further. The new arrivals. Where are they coming from? Is that not what it looks like? It's what it looks like to me. Even this mud, or this thatched roof here, has an aerial on it. You see the aerial on there? Even the thatched roof has an aerial. So yeah, I got the buzz of a FEMA camp, and that little hill and them staircases started to give me the willies a bit. I thought, oh dear, there's something fucking going on here. And it gave me that buzz of new arrivals. I thought, okay, here they are again. I thought, wow, what a beautiful town square they have. And I thought, wow, what are them little white things on that pole? Got some sort of communication. And they're all dressed in white again, some with Panama hats. And in the middle is a giant, what we regard to as a bunko booth, or a bandstand, with all of these Antiquitech devices all the way around, and a dome bit on the top with another bit. What, for the brass band? This is Mozambique, guys. What is it for? Is this an arrival point? I just saying this. Always in these centres of all of these cities, all of them, you'll find these big bunko booths. Look at Germany, look at Spain, look at Portugal, look at any of these countries, and it will show you the same. So yeah, beautiful town centre, not too much going on. Okay, excuse me. Hope everyone's fine in chat. I haven't actually had a chance to look and shout you all, guys, but we'll be coming back shortly, and I'll show you this now. So I don't like this one bit. So what you get is all of the people who live there, and they're all lining the streets. And I thought, okay, because they're having men who are colonials carried in on like wooden things, okay, by people. Okay, whoopee-doo, aren't they good? So I think it's by force. I'll show you why now. We got, I know they do processions with troops either side, but really armed. So you got all of the people look like they've been forced to come out, you know. Marquis is getting married, you're going to pay for it, and the feast, and you all got to come out or clap, or we'll come and kick you in later sort of scenario, which they do, the elites. But what you find is, along the lines, can you see all these white helmets? There are thousands of soldiers with guns lining the road. And who are they carrying in? Don't even know. A couple of elites. He's got his head tilted. So yeah, the boss arrives, and look at them. They're all like tipping their hats as well. So I don't think these people are doing this through choice, guys. I think these are like suppressed. I think they're forced to come out. They're forced to carry these bastards. I don't think they're going to do it out of their own will. What? Carry them twats? Oh, what they've done to us? Are you having a laugh? No, I don't think so. And then camps are suspicious in the centre of the city. Looks like some engineering going on, some bridge or something. And endless amounts of people again. Huge population. And they have smaller towns. So I'll link you the book up. But this town is crazy. Not the same. And it looks like a sleepy English village. But it's in Madagascar. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, I know. Looks like sleepy Cotswolds. Sleepy Cotswolds. Okay then. I'm going to come back for a bit, I guess, guys, and I'm going to have a shout, give a shout, and give a few people a shout. I'm going to talk about the next subject. Okay. So, that was epic. Peace and love to you all. I lost my feed for YouTube on there on my computer. It keeps going off. I can't get broadband to stick, so I can't keep an eye on you. Hiya, Tiamatsu. What's happening? Lovely. Good to see you. Oh, all right. How many have you got there? 600 of you watching. I got some in Flat Earth British, Celtic Italian channel chat as well, and Facebook. So, welcome all to Flatterday on Flat Earth British for juiciness. So far, we looked at communications using bell technology and possible teleportation. And hi Sue. And the unusual narrative of shooting stars in the day and whatever I just fucking looked at. Madagascar. So I've got loads more to share on Madagascar, but it's only one video feed and we need to get on already. Okay, whatever I don't post today, I will post in a day or two on Flat Earth British. So let's have a look who's here. So Dan Garan, good to see you. Unendurable intensity. Dallas Fowler. What do you think about cannons? Well, look at that now. That's cannons are coming up. Muddy Months. Yeah, can't be bothered with grumpy people and not doing that. Months. Okay. Sven Steyer, happy Flatterday to you as well. And colorblind as well. And Hippie Shake who's trees. As above is below too, because she basically lost her channel. She lost her channel this week. So bit grumpy. I hope you're feeling better now. We've all lost them. It's you know, you just start again. I do. I'd never give up. I've lost channels. So, Noah Watson, good to see you, brother. Titch Grant, Ian James, Emma Coombs, hiya Emma. Gerard Celtic, hiya Gerard, and Jacob Law, and Coy at dusk. What's happening to you? Does anyone else wonder who we are seeing? I don't think it's Venus, that light. I don't know what it is, mate. I haven't got a clue. It's been there for a long time. Follows the moon around like fuck. It's like it's his best friend or something. Son of Overlook, George. Hi, George. Abduluna. Hi, brother. Lindsay Ashcroft, Richard's sister. Maybe not. Probably not. Sweet boy. Oh, boy. Watery. I love Dallas follow. I said that. And Titch. Okay. Now, we're going to look into an unusual scenario now, guys, concerning the Americans, or the USA. When they invaded Russia. They invaded Russia, okay? This is a historical fact, and it's in the official narrative. But when you look into it, the information behind it is very, very sketchy. They don't know what happened, only bits and bobs. But the Americans did go into battle in Siberia, which we know was to be part of Tartaria, and they took on a Russian general by the name of Malevichentsky. I can't even say it, but like that, who was, in fact, they say, a giant. So I'm wondering if the Americans went in to Russia following World War One, not to fight Bolsheviks or aid Bolsheviks or what have you, but in fact take out remnants of Tartarians. We'll have a look at that now, see what we think, because it's a very unusual narrative anyway. So yeah, right then. So Venus, flat Earth fact. So yeah, I don't know what that means. L0 USA. Yeah, we love the USA. In fact, we love all countries on Flat Earth British, because in our minds there's only one of us here. Okay, Flat Earth Britishness. Bunko Booths, bunk for sleeping. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I think it would help for sleep as well. I think it would help for a lot. I think it would help for a lot of health factors too, because there is actually bell technology for healing as well. So I think it's an alternative source maybe for radio signals as well, guys. That's all we're talking about here is vibration and resonance, aren't we? What if these bells could be tweaked at a certain frequency? Wouldn't that do it? And when you ring a bell, okay, this is why I do this with my Tibetan ringing bell. It's not only in this, this material realm. This chime or this tone will rip through into what you would call other dimensions. Permeates reality, guys, not just in the physical realm. is what bell tunes or frequency does. I think it goes into the the fractal nature of this place, the geometric nature of the ether tech, if you like. So Jeffrey Griffin, it clears the room. I use sage, I smudge like all of the time, to keep my frequency clear and make sure no bad entities. I like cobwebs in the corner of the room and stuff. Make sure they're gone. Apparently cobwebs or dust and stuff. House bad energies, guys. So I get rid of all that. Let's keep my cleansed flat earth British in a golden aura of protection thing going on, which I need, especially at this time. If that makes sense. Hiya, Joy. What's happening, love? I allude to. They say every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings as well. Yeah, that's right. I've seen that. Yeah, there's loads of clues with bells. It's just every time I see them, it's just more and more clues. So what else we got in chat here? Oh, Alex Automagic. Oh, hiya, brother. I am created. Albanians come from Albanskia, ancient Croatia. Yeah. And just soldier. Hey. Me no less say hi all. Hi to you. Hi to Lola. If she say that, is that what that says? Lola. Yeah, that's Lola. So flat thumbs, Lola. You gotta go like that. Go like that. Flat thumbs. Flat thumbs. Make you feel better. Hi, Lee. Ahoy there. Oh, battery died. Missed about 45 minutes. Don't worry, you haven't missed all that much. There'll be more to come. Okay. Matt Coronius. Good name that is, mate. Good to see you, Alex. Good to see you, Melage. Good to see you, Colorblind. Good to see you, Isabella. Right, the gangery. Epic. FEB Flat Earth British sub is also back up and running. Fucking fantastic times, guys. Epic as fuck. So more usage. Let's get on with this, though, guys, because it'll be month of Sundays. There's my brother Psycho Dave's. Okay. And sometimes I act like a bell end. We all do, mate. Don't worry about that. You're not the only one. So anyway. Every day's a new day, mate. Anything you do bullshit one day, the next day, it doesn't matter anymore because every day's a new day. As long as you recognize it where you went wrong. It's all a learning curve in you. None of us are fucking cracking it. We got to live in the paradigm. One thing I can say, guys, is what I'm thinking is apart from paying attention in this place, is can't remember. It was important to come back to me in a minute. Bollocks. Bell bottoms, yeah, I know. Okay, let's share some more screens. Let's look at America when they went to Warridge. Okay, let's have a look. Excuse me. So, yeah, they brought them in. We got them some maps to show you as well. And here they are. Look at the architecture in Tartaria, or what was the. They came in through Vladivostok. So we're looking at the east coast of Russia. Okay, so where you would commonly associate with Tartaria. Excuse me. Oh dear, that was me on my phone. Okay, I'm just checking if it was up. So let's have a look. Yes, it's true. In 1918, America invaded Russia. In theory, the Americans were only supposed to confiscate war material, not to take sides in the Civil War. Are you buying that, guys? A century ago this year, the October Revolution in Russia would herald the establishment of the Soviet Union and the rise of communism as a global movement. However, the Bolsheviks' power play resulted in years of warfare, civil and otherwise. With the remnants of White Russia provisional government, their supporters amongst the Allied powers, and rampaging local warlords across the vastness of the imperial Russia. So it looks like after, Nicholas gets killed by the Bolsheviks and all of the Romanovs, that there were factions of White Russians, okay, which were getting battling with Bolsheviks. Many have forgotten that more than 13,000 American soldiers battled the Bolsheviks in the Russian Civil War. Over 400 would lay down their lives in the frozen Arctic and Siberian battlefields in an ill-conceived attempt to tilt the outcome of the conflict. So they're really suspicious. They don't know too much about the polar bear expedition. The Allied powers dispatched considerable arms through the Arctic posts of Murmansk and Archangel to assist the Russian army in its hapless conflict with Imperial Germany. Now that Lenin was withdrawing Russia from World War I, the European powers wished to ensure that weapons and munitions didn't fall into the arms of the Red Army. Right, whatever. And if it might instead help the White Russians defeat communists, and that would just fine as far as they were concerned. That doesn't make no sense to me, guys, at all. You know, you got like the Americans only 20 fucking years later, you know, feeding all of the arms and tanks and metal to Russia to fight the Germans in World War II from Murmansk and Archangel. Whatever. Anyway, so we get on. They go into Siberia and they meet a army, if I just get to it, Siberian army, which has a giant general. Okay, no, it doesn't say they're all giants, but it does suggest that the general is a giant. So, excuse me. There you are. So the Red Army pounced on November the 11th. 2,500 Bolsheviks, packed by gunboats and led by a giant of a man named Moltkovsky, assaulted the company of 300 U.S. infantry in the village of Tulgus, 200 miles from Archangel. Over in the hospital, 3-day battle, Lewis machine guns, Canadian artillery pinned down the attackers. So a big battle ensued, guys, and the Americans were there in Archangel, all across the Arctic tundra, all down in Siberia. The Michigans were there, and they were shipping them over. Let's have a look at it. USA invading Tartaria, who even knows? So here they are. Looks like they've done some executions along the way, but you're going to get that. And the Mach 1 tank looks like it's been captured. British Mach 1 tank. And here they are, marching in. So they don't look like they're getting any opposition. It looks like the Russians are here, possibly. This guy looks definitely Japanese to me. But the Japanese held Manchuria in 1937 and not this period. And up into... What is that? What is that? That looks like 5G, guys. What is that? Hang on, 1913. Okay, we got 1918, end of the First World War. So we have wireless, sonar. So what would that be? Oh shit. I do not know what that is, but it looks like it might be 5G or something really technical. So anyway, the Doughboys came in. Oh, there's another one. Hang on. That's not the same one. No, it's another one. They got another one further down. Okay, what is this? They're big. That one's a little bit different. Wires going to it or over it. Right, they're all the way down. Well, I don't know. That is really incredible. And there's also a massive aerial that's been blacked out by the vanilla skies on top of that roof, guys. These have been altered. Imagine that, though. You know, they're not doing anything about it as well. The Russians are just looking on. Some of them Chinese looking. Well, I guess they are on the east coast near Vladivostok, north of it as well. So here's telegraph across here. So that's not telegraph. That is. And they're going to have a shitty wooden pole. Oh, it's not steel. That's the other side. That's telegraph. So what's that? Oh, it's a confusing affair. They all look very advanced. But anyway, the Americans, the day the US invaded Russia, I went and fought a giant Russian general in the Arctic. And notice these buildings? Mud flooded. Look at this building here. Wow. So yeah, the Russians look like they're saluting. No, is these Russians? Yeah, they're Russians. They're saluting them. And then they're going to battle them. So, Billings, they're going to get some food. Looks like hot soup for the Doughboys. The Americans out in the snow. So they're getting on with the Russians by here, it would appear. Our soldiers in Siberia, they have gone over the top for us. So they had trench warfare, like First World War. Let us go over the top for them by war savings. So they were, after the First World War, they're scavenging money or getting money together for the Americans to go and fight Russia in 1918. They kept that one out of the official narrative, didn't they? So let's have a look at some Flatterday images. I've got some more to show you as well. Let's start here. Flatterday. Okay. Now, my bunny rabbit, Fluffy, oh, he's flat with British bunny. I've had him 14 years. This is a little bit of reminiscing because I love a Fluffy, and basically he danced to reggae. He loved Shaman Dub, guys. He was pretty good at it too, as well. Yeah. So anyway, this is he didn't like the globe. He was like his father, basically. So yeah, Fluffy attacking the globe because I had an inflatable globe. I saw it. He didn't like it. But I wouldn't worry because mysteriously, 2 days, get that globe, Fluffy, before Fluffy died. Another rabbit turns up miraculously, like some sort of weird miracle, like the universe was being really, really kind. Because after 14 years, stunned. That's my friend.
Oh, he nearly got you there, Fluff.
And hyper intelligent as well. Like, look at the way he looks up now in a minute. You naughty get. Yeah, I know. He's really, really naughty.
Go on, try again.
Oh, yeah, I miss my Fluffy. Sad that. Yeah, I'm going to play electric guitar, Fluff. Yeah, so that's my Fluff rabbit. Gone to the big fluffy heaven. I'm better off out of it anyway. So let's have a look at these. This is a 1878 picture of a mudflood building, I guess in Russia. But outside again, look at this building. So little dome going on as well. Windows down there, and outside everything is too shit and not too many people about. This one's fantastic. It's got what you usually see is like housed, isn't it? It's a belfry or bell tower, but I don't know if you can see. Can you check that stuff out on top? Maybe I need a bigger cursor, but it's like a cage or a netting or something, like a funnel shape. And then there's another funnel shape that comes down. I don't know whether you can see that over the bell. And then there's all this intricate wrought iron, and this bell's going to ring when this clock rings the hour. It's going to charge. I don't know what's going to resonate into. There's no dome. But you've got this device above, haven't you? Yeah? Capture the resonation. This is another way of getting your energy. And I bet it can be converted. And I bet it can be stored. But yeah, look at this mud flooder. Another thing I noticed as well, I don't know whether vampires are prevalent or what have you, but they seem to always put bars on their windows, even higher. Bar in their windows. So what, is everyone a criminal and breaking in? Check what's on the corner of the building, guys. Yeah, a little tiny Bunko booth. Is this a telephone box, guys, with a bell on top and a little antenna? You step inside a bell, and you say your vote, and you say something quietly, and it's on the same frequency, they're going to pick up on it elsewhere. Just like the whispering chamber at St. Paul's, exactly the same thing. And I've put this to the test in TechniQuest, as I said, guys. It was incredible. I whispered, and it went like, I don't know, 50 foot away. So what we got here is the Phoenicians, okay, guys, coming in on these incredibly, ornate golden pagoda, like gondolas as well, which the Phoenicians are famed for. And they like to have it fantastic. So it's the gardens. I wonder if the original Phoenicians, the ones that we see in the depictions, if they are a material sense in their realm, are they all blind? Are they blind? So it could be, guys, they could be blind. Blind justice, because they're blind to it. Look at this obelisk here as well. Water technology, mazes. They had it pretty nailed at that period, guys. And that's a Renaissance picture, a painting. Like, I think it might be Canaletto, because he always painted boats. And here we go with another beautiful church window. So intricate it's hard to believe. Flower of life in the middle, expanding out fractally like nature really does, outside of their strange science. They took us away from real, natural science, if you like. So I'm guessing there's some sort of radioactive product that's been put into the glass, maybe radium or some other, like they put into digital watch handles, etc. But it allows them to glow up without any, external illumination much. So were these more common than we might think in the past? I think they're really beautiful anyway. What about that? That's a nice little feature. If I ever have a greenhouse again, because I did a few years ago, I would definitely have something going on like that with the old glass. I think that's absolutely beautiful. Somewhere in London, look at it, a foggy night. So here's more of this strange green glass ceramic. And remember, the Phoenicians are famous for glass blowing. So why do I think the Phoenicians are blind? Because you get Phoenician blinds, don't you? Yeah, no. So let's have a look at chat a minute. Just Superman stuff. Kryptonite is green as well. But not only that, he goes to the North Pole, Superman, and he's got a home there, and it's made out of ice and stuff. What if the Phoenicians lived in like ice castles? Because like a palace is palace. Yeah, and you even get the Palace of Ice as well. There's one in Sweden. So it sounds like pal ice or pole ice, doesn't it? Palace, and they build palaces. So as far as I can make out, this is an absolutely humongous combine harvester. Oh, I got me a combine harvester. I'll give you the key. Boom, 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 boom. Let's get together now in perfect harmony. So I'm guessing that's a Reichstag. That would have been one epic fucking battle. Yeah, that would have rocked as a battle. But again, it's, 4 angels, giant dome, everything gets taken out and then they just replace it with a glass dome. And all fancy fluffery in the modern day. But I didn't realize how there was nothing happening outside, just expansive gardens, etc. So yeah, the Reichstag, Tartarian building, or whatever templed building, massive chunk. Took a hell of a battle to get it out, to get the Germans out of there. Fuckery of war. Yeah, I got a video deleted about Berlin. I need to talk about that again. So knitting's big, isn't it? It's coming back in the lockdown. I noticed a lot of people are knitting. So this lady's, this ginger lady, in a green dress, is rolling some twine. But where's the twine going? Is this like the invisible umbilical cord, the grey cord that connects the soul to your astral projected body? And why has he got infinite doors? And why is he going into the centre bit? And why is he a shadow man? And why is a red bird coming up? And a white bird coming up? This is infinitely coded. The curtains are blowing. What is she thinking? What is going on? What is that stuff on the ceiling? Open for interpretation. Martin got hacked big time. When? Not now, Kai. Huh? Yeah, that was before. I hope you're not on bomb now. Let me know in comments. Panicking now. So see this. This is interesting. This was below a street in Russia, right, guys? There was tarmac on top. They stripped the tarmac off. And underneath this street, and I mean it's a massive street, you get all of these strange metal circles, okay? And it's on a really long street. Another shot will come up in a minute. I'll tell you what I think's going on. Look at this. This is Boston, Massachusetts, right? Check that out for mud flooders. In Massachusetts. There. So here's that road, right? And it's basically, for some reason, they've put metal all the way along it, okay? Yeah? And you get the possible electrical transference or vibrational or what have you technology for transferring charge down a street through cables and what I call bollards, or you might call poles or what have you. But did you ever have one of those hover games when you were a kid where you hit a ball and it just hovered? What if this was magnetized? Wouldn't this create like maglev technology? Were these everywhere all over the realm? This was under tarmac, guys, where you could hover. Heated pavements, Jilly. Oh, yeah. Well, the Phoenicians had hypercost. why wouldn't they have heated roads, especially in Russia? Oh, I like that, Ginny. Thank you so much, Ginny. I like that. So here's more of Russia. Look at the size of this building, though. And then on top, you get this structure with what's inside it. I can dig that we want to know what time it is and have a ding of a bell at 12 o'clock, but it's not like absolutely necessary for reality. But yeah, in antiquity, it is all about the bells. The bells, the bells, the bells. I'm not sure what's going on in this picture, except for this is ground level up here, Russia, and they've dug down, and they've dug down, and they've dug down, and they've dug down. Okay, so I'm trying to get close. I'm trying to establish what these white things are. First, I thought they were bones, but my eyesight won't stretch to that, I'm afraid, and I'm at full magnification. But regardless, there's some spooky, sinister goings on right down below ground level, and collection of white stuff that looks like it could be bones. So this is the inside of a Phoenician font or giant drinking vessel for wine, large amounts of wine. Okay, so you'd come along in the Phoenician days. Yeah, why are they so mad for wine? It ain't all that. It's not bad with a nice meal or something. You don't fucking drink it all the time. You'd be in a terrible fucking state. Jesus. This is in Market Street in San Francisco. This survived the event, but I don't know what it looks like today in the modern day, but it just shows you who's the culprits. You've got the Lions, Phoenicians. This is technology. You haven't got to have all of this with like a fasces and all of this intricate wrought iron work and all of this fanciness on top for nothing. This is probably self-generating, free energy, no wire going to it, electricity. Yeah? And this big light in the middle as well. But have we got lampposts like that in the modern day? No, we haven't, have we? Are we going backwards? Yeah, we are. What's going on with our people without shadows? Well, it is an altered picture after all. This is an interesting picture. This is in Nottinghamshire. Oh, Northamptonshire, sorry. I got that on the mind. And it's archives and heritage. And I've seen a few buildings like this. Obviously, this is the gate at the other end, adjacent to it, so it's very big. It's coming towards us as well, but the interior is completely missing. And it's surprising how many of these buildings are left to rack and ruin, guys. Something missing there as well. Might be a clock. It's got some sort of maybe metal on the top windows. Hard to say. They were coked off their tits. So, Bunko Booth arrival time. Now, this is one high-tech Bunko Booth, guys. This is in Turkey. Okay. So, what's the stars? Anybody? Please? Pray tell? They're not bottles of beer waiting for them when they come out of there, guys. We're looking at an Islamic country at the time, I guess. They got electric lights, okay? So bell tower, bell in there, Antiquitech going on. Go in there, get that black spirit, them negative vibes or any of that bad energy or anything fearful or any bullshittery from the Matrix out of your life with the charm or the vibration to heal you in these things. But I think this thing's more. Look at these. Don't they look like they're charged? You've got balls on top. Yeah? Steel, like steel balls. What do you think, guys? Any water features? Oh, I don't see any water. So I think there's something to do with storing power, especially something to do with that unit. It's all to do with circuit board cities, guys. Powering these circuitries, these cities, which are maybe computating reality. Who even knows? So this is stone. It would appear stone. It would appear. So is that stone looking like it might be a big tree? Could be a giant lintel, I guess. Have a look there. Well, that bit certainly looks like a tree, doesn't it? Oh, that's massive as well. So I'm guessing from that there to there, they would have had maybe a wooden lintel. Whatever happened to that stinking smash site? Okay, right. Cannons. Somebody just said to me in my chat, what about cannons? What about this? Cannons are some sort of nothing to do with maybe a projectile as such. This guy's like putting, well, reflected sunlight into the said cannon. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? You know, are these plasma cannons? Are these actual like fasces type weaponry? Actually, would this give a pulse, like a blast? You know, they could do real bad damage, because this is what you know. It's sort of suggesting that he's putting plasmids on a cannon, and it's got zip all to do with cannonballs. I'm just saying. What about these? You know, you get these ones, and you know they're just too big for human beings to carry. So we suggest, well, this is from the land of giants, isn't it? So they're carrying, you know, we get a giant carry each hook, and no problemo whatsoever. Because you'd need like really big cranes, which you apparently didn't have at that time, and you would need to, you know, get that up on there in the first place, wouldn't you? So, thoughts. Lee Flat Earth British subscriber channel suggests these could be some sort of ancient telescope. Don't know. What else has been suggested? Oh, John Levy once suggested that these could be from like advanced factories or industry, and got some turning mechanism on there or something. But what you're seeing here is like there's inside it's got folded metal. It's in 2 layers as well, and strips as well. I'd like to know what that metal is. So there's no rifling in this cannon, yeah, and these strips, you know, I don't think they would help with gunfire anyway. This is something else for sure, yeah. So thoughts, answers on a postcard. What do we think these things are, guys? Okay. Because definitely on the cards for a weapon, but not throwing a cannonball over large distance. God, you could, if you fired that in Russia, you'd do it in London. It's bloody too big. What about this? Tartarian building. What do you reckon that is on the roof? Radio antenna? Ooh, I'm not sure if they had radio antennas in the late 1800s. I don't think Marconi's got one up and running. Do you think that thing turns? Is it a radar? So what do you think, guys? Do you think outside of, you know, what we know of advancements and everything, what would that be doing there exactly? Okay. Onward. Beautiful building, by the way. Mappage. No. I've been looking at basically the advancement or the changing of Madagascar. Okay, on Madagascar. And what you find is these ancient maps that they give you, okay, are post-flood maps. America is not in full. You get a lot of them, as you know. We've got Island California. And what you get for America, and we found literally a written narrative for this, guys, as well, is thin slivers as well for America. But what I found fascinating is this over by here. You got a large archipelago of islands which are in the Mozambique Straits, which are really not that many there. And it shows the Madagascar's more east than it should be, because the straits are not this big. And why is Zanzibar so big? And why is it situated by there? And why is Madagascar looking nothing like it is in the modern day? Okay? And some of these islands, like the Seychelles and Mauritius, are absolutely huge. And what about this here, this island? Is that Sri Lanka or Old Ceylon? Because it's not exactly connected to the Asian continent. Is it possible that you could have sailed right around there, and this here is India? India. That's not yet connected. Maybe there's been a mud flood later connected it. But this map, not really like the modern day, is it? And I can't see that thing in Zanzibar or on the Eastern African side here opposite Madagascar we were looking at, that strange Starfort thing. But does it show any lands up north? Not really. Not really. Let's have a look at some more mappage. Okay, here's another old map. And let's have a look at Madagascar. Zanzibar. Madagascar looks like an L shape. Lake Victoria. So what lake is that? Don't know. Where's Lake Chad? Tiny. Okay, what's going on? I don't know. Nice green mountain ranges. And whew. So I'm just guessing it's really shit cartography then, because, you know, the Arabian boot doesn't look right. But we have a bit of South America and a bit of America on there. But the two are the same. And you get this strange big mass of whiteness with no defined coastline of America. And they give you all this landmass at the bottom, they usually do, coming up as far as Borneo. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And more, and the shape you would recognize for Mozambique, which is, you know, the Zanzibar's not there like this in the other maps. So what you do get is 3-day north sail from Cardiff. Chug, 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 through the ice. Ooh, it's getting cold. Oh my God, I feel sick. Yeah, you hit all this then. All this land in these deltas. Yeah, above us. Well, they're on this map and they're on countless other maps too, guys. Why are they on all the old maps? Is it there as you get flooded out? Here's another ancient map. Middle Ages again. And you've got green Antarctica connected to South America. And America is nothing more than a slither. You have the panhandle, and nothing in there. Just the east coast. Some massive monuments here. I'm guessing that is on the site of Babylon, Tower of Babel. And Madagascar's got quite a few town names. But look at this. Is this Australia? No. Australia doesn't come up all the way up here to Southeast Asia. What is our landmass? We don't know. The maps keep changing through events. Black Sea's there, Caspian Sea's there. Okay. So they take changes, these map through times. Lands disappear, lands appear. You can put it down to, oh, they never got inland. They never had no cartography. I reckon a lot of the maps we're looking at, guys, are from pre-flood, some of them. They just come over. Some of them are. Have to be. Look at this azimuth equidistant map. You have the continents again in the middle. And they knew to splay her out like a flat earth map as well. Madagascar's a square with Zanzibar. And the Americas. But what that is, beats me. Terra Sancti Crufus. Who even knows? But it's interesting anyway that they put into azimuth equidistant in that period, as they should. So this one's made on looks like an animal skin or something. Really early. Tiny bit of coastline there. It's been mapped almost. Looks further out again than Madagascar, guys. And then you get the massive, see these? I've talked about them all the time. You don't get any central meridian line like you do in the modern day. The zero goes through here. And in other maps, in other times, it's going through Jerusalem here. And a lot of maps are looking down, looking southwards as well. But you get these little circles, these little geometric circles all over. Do they represent magnetic anomalies, declinations, or portals? Places where the veil is thin. So here's a couple of alchemists. Only 200 years ago, they were doing this shit. I suggest they do it now. Alchemists have not gone away. Neither has alchemy. It's just more, technical, I guess. To make homunculus, which are super intelligent beings in flasks. Could they do that? Yeah, it's called a test tube baby. I think they nailed it. So here's Piranesi's circuit board cities. This is supposed to be from ancient Rome. And look at that gadget that is in a computer that looks like it might be heat sinking, cooling. And it's housed with all bollards or pillars to also create a cooling, which you would get, because I guess you all know what heat sinks look like. So let's have a look at some gold. Beautiful gold. And look at the effort made in these. You've got dragons or griffins fighting lions. But oh, wow, a beautiful bit of gold. So it seems to be all about the gold as well, doesn't it, guys? He's hiding. Or milking, maybe. Well, what they do in there? They pulling someone apart? I don't even know. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm suggesting this is another Piranesi picture. Okay, who, if you follow Flatterday British, she's my favourite 18th century engraver by far. Oh, maybe Hogarth as well. But can you see this tunnel in here? Right, and this here, this like line. Is it conceivable, or could you imagine a high-speed trail or train link ripping through here in the past before the reset? Can you see that? You know, bullet trainage. Because that's what it looks like. I can't imagine what else it could be. Because it's in real straight line. Looks like the railways of the modern day. Just saying. So, a post-flood possible railway. And also these. You get these in antiquity, which look exactly like railway trains of the past. Could it be? Could it be? Is that a natural feature? Well, they suggest it's a natural feature, but what about the cute angles? What about the fact that it looks like just like or exactly like a pyramid? Yeah. I think they were everywhere. This is interesting. This is apparently the building of a London railway station. Now, we propose that the railways were there already. Mud flood, they dug them out. First thing I noticed was the amount of sticks and grass like they've been growing for ages. And then I noticed these lampposts were really old looking. And then I noticed the stonework was absolutely filthy and black and old. Now, it's clear for my eyes to see that they are only putting on the roof the steel, the wrought iron roofing structure. And it is clear to me that this Greco-Romano white stoned structure was here already and looks like it's been destroyed or blitzed in some sort of event. As you can see, this thing's old, guys. Really old. It's damn mature as well. So they're repurposing them, and they did it with all of them. I think this is really good evidence for repurposing of you examine these photos, you can see these buildings are there already, and they're only putting the fucking roofs on these and cleaning them up. Again, and we've caught a load of these now. Same thing going on in Paris. I don't know if you, I guess, hit something with the right amplitude and vibrational quality, you could cause something like that. Also a technology called deaggregation, which is intense lenses pointed at the sun, reflecting back onto one another, causing a beam like a laser beam, which is called parabellum, which we've looked into in the past anyway. There's 100 different reasons that this sort of melt or carnage could have happened. Or there's a big hole in there and somebody come along and patched it up after because it looked like shit, is also a scenario. Bristol. Have you been to Bristol? Oh, it's lovely. There's a Bristol suspension bridge. It never got built by Brunel, but what you find is a big, deep gorge of rock. And you see a tunnel here. And in the 1800s, they had the tram cards as well in Bristol by Cardiff, which is probably the next big city next to Cardiff. Clifton Rock Railway. You got this little like Greco-Romano structure stuck in the side of the cliff face, and you could go on it and it would take you a lift or like a car all the way up to the top of here, because they had everything back then in the 1800s, but now that's what they got. They took it away. Why? Why did they take all the water features away? Well, we know why. They don't want us healthy. And all of the, like you can get up to the top of the gorge on this really fancy railway, so we'll close it down and block it up forever. Make sense? No, it doesn't, does it? No, nothing does. Answers on a postcard. This one's interesting. I was thinking of tombola for doing a raffle down the church, but then I got to see these glass things as well. It's the eagle that blinds us, the eagle wings open, eagles on the white ball. Again, yeah? What about these bits? What about these? So if I think, let me have a look in chat, see what any of you think. You've got the glass balls underneath. Is this some sort of really futuristic lighting device? What do you think? Guys in chat? Liddy? Anybody? Iona? Anyone? I noticed it's encrusted in incredible jewelage, so it could have a bit of organite technology. It's got fleur-de-lis, all the way around. It's got a religious theme. Looks like reliquaries, based on a church. It has a glass tube. Doesn't look like it spins, so it's not tombola. So holy water dispensary. Yeah? Holy water dispensary. I might go with that. I might go with that. I don't know what you guys are saying. I love antiquity guess hour. Karen Snyder is suggesting a bong. Right. So where are you going to put your mouth? I like the idea of it, though. Maybe just over that. Yeah, you put your mouth over that. Okay, we got it. That's what it is. I'll try it out. So what about these guys? Yeah, they're real. Oh, yeah. They got super happy hats on and they live out in the wilderness in Siberia. They disguise themselves as, well, men dressed in furs with massive furry hats on. And they really got heads like that. Do you think they're real? Yeah, they're real. They got red swords. Of course they're real. Ah, look at that 1880 horse. She's a babe, isn't she, guys? Horses are fucking beautiful. Yeah, I love animals, and horses are just so gorgeous. And this honey, I don't know if she doesn't drag her hair in the mud and the shit or anything, but oh wow, she's really, really lovely, isn't she? I love that. Love that. She's got crimped hair as well. I like that frizzy hair thing going on. Now, beaver. So let's have a look at this beach scene and see what we think. And this is a beach scene, a bit of antiquity going on. You have a Phoenician. It's from an old house. You can see, made of shelly rock and shale, and there's some strange rocky features. And this guy is there still in the modern day, but okay. But you can see him in the past as well. He's holding a Phoenician shell on this Phoenician house, or Tartarian in that case. Looks like the ones in Madagascar, but look at this little grottos as well leading out to it. So not much left in the modern day, but they had fantastic stuff going on in the old days, didn't they? This is, I believe, Baalbek Temple. Can you imagine when they found this thing? It's partly mud flooded, all this green in here. This thing would have gone a lot deeper. Say built by Cain, a giant. It would have had to be, because the blocks are absolutely fantastically big in this place. And you know what of all of these arches as well, you know, these, you've got the straight line and these pyramids over these blank things. What would have been in them? Deities, statues? Where are they now? And this thing looks like it's circular here, maybe a big dome structure here, maybe. Looks like it's going to be circular. Maces. Now, you can get ceremonial maces. You know, the Parliament use them for opening of Parliament. They bang a mace on the door, black rod. So they're really ceremonial. I was thinking that there's definitely more going on with these in the way of advanced technology. We've proposed the same before about lances being like basically electrical projectiles, or even giving you a zap. Electric swords we've always talked about on Flat Earth British as well. But what about these things, maces? Now, going in the frame of mind of advanced technology of the past, guys, yeah, would it be wise if, you know, you were a knight and you were going to fight another knight, and you basically hit him on the head with this thing, and it doesn't go in because he got metal thick? It'd be all right for somebody, I guess. You could smack him in the head and it would kill him outright. Hit him in the side, probably get a big hole, a puncher, bleeds a lot, might live. It just doesn't seem. I'm no expert on military, you know, prowess on weaponry, but I'm saying that I can think of a lot better weapon than this. Yeah, it's not all that, guys. It's not all that. Yeah. So I'm thinking there's something else going on with him. Plus, it looks like a landmine or sea mine. It's got all these spikes coming out. Can you see that if it was charged and like a orb of electricity all around it? Because that's how I'm seeing it now. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to envision how these things looked in the past, how the golden era of Tartaria with this advanced tech, but nothing to do with the tech we got now, on a different, completely different reality, guys. He's hiding. Do you know why? He looks like Boris Johnson with his hair brushed. That's probably why. You can't see me. Yeah, we fucking can see you. We know where you are. So I'm guessing this is dangerous in London when, you know, back in the day. Oh, for Piccadilly Circus. Hold on. This lady's in a tiny, tiny little car. She could easily roll under a bus or get, you know, this is London. in the 1920s by the look of it. But would you? It's bad. You'd have to be a psycho to ride a bike around London, although I would. I don't give a shit, but I'm just saying. Now, see this image here. Now, don't have to believe me, because, that was my important thing earlier. Oh, we have to get rid of our old belief systems. They're not going to help us in the future. All of them notions, all them ideas that our minds take us back to as being a reality, when we're finding out nothing's absolute and everything changes daily. You know, one thing that could be true one day may not be true the next, through discoveries. See this thing here, this plinth. I had a dream when I was maybe just in high school, so maybe 13 years of age, 12, 13, that I was standing on a plinth exactly like this, unimaginably high, in a world that looked exactly like this, guys. It was like the Amazon world. You've seen it, in Wonder Woman, like the Amazons. Waiting for water to come in a dream, and I was stuck in my mind. And when I seen this picture, that's why I downloaded it and wanted to show you. I thought, fuck me, that looks exactly like it, the one in my dream, because it was just a cube sticking out, and it was like, if you looked over, it was like there was nothing there below. It was just that high, and the architecture was just the biggest you could ever imagine. It was, a dream that stuck with me, really did. What about this for tech? Do you know what this reminds me of? Liedtke's Coral Castle. Now, remember, Liedtke built that coral castle apparently on his own. Apparently, he had a box on top of a gantry, and everyone went at night. And this little guy managed to lift tons of masonry himself using what they say is levitational technology. Or he had something going on with magnets, don't you know, to make floating stone. So here's another one of these strange cannons. Do you think they got the same ball on? Where's the lighting mechanism? And this doesn't seem practical anyway, and it's too big, isn't it? So I think these things definitely 100% pursuing something else. That's a beautiful little thing. Is who even knew that? Is it a mouse? Yeah, it's a mouse. Who even knew the mice loved the smell of a buttercup? Yeah, nature is fantastic. Don't you agree? Yeah. How about the dreams? Might have a lot of messages to me, real-time view. Take notice, Jermaine, Artemis, my brother. Dreams are really, really important at this time. It's where we're going to get the answers of what's going on, guys. I ask the creator, if you want to call him that, every night, can you tell me what's going on? What am I supposed to do here? Because I feel, a little bit lost sometimes, guys. I don't know what's going on, and it's just, so much happening, and the insanity of the world. And I get clear signal. I get clear information coming through. So it's all good. It's all fantastically good. Is all I ever get. Wait, don't worry. Is all I ever get. So I'm not going to, guys. And I'm just going to show you that's the case. Look at that. That's Henry VIII, and he wore that jousting, apparently. So fake glasses. What? Why would you have fake glasses on a mask? And why the horns? Well, horns, Positauruses maybe, glasses. Did they have them glasses, then specific glasses to make you see other realms? What do you think? Anchor. What? What about this? It does my head in when people go on about the space station or the ISS. Okay, guys? It's not happening. Nothing is orbiting anything. It's just ridiculous to think. You can't find, there's no evidence that they actually built this thing up there anyway. Okay, look for it if you like. Okay, and they say it's falling away from Earth at 17,500 miles an hour. Apart from that, it's got floppy openings. When the astronauts get out, they got floppy covers. There's also scuba divers working in this, because the sections of it that they film are actually underwater. So it's 100 yards long. Okay, and Boeing 777 is 80 yards long. So can anyone explain how it's possible to see the ISS 254 miles away if you can barely spot an airplane at 7 miles away? Indeed. Not only that, see this stadium here? Go on your city, look at your stadium on Google Earth. Pan out. Only pan out a little bit, because I tell you what, the stadium disappears in no time at all. And I tell you what, the city does too, and most of your state. So how is it even possible for you to see something 240 miles away? Oh, but I seen a light that they said on the news was the ISS. No, you've seen a light, and if it was fucking real at 79,000 miles an hour, and God knows how many times faster than a bullet, that thing would be flying across the sky like a shot. You wouldn't even see it. What you're seeing is a holographic projection, probably of a Foo Fighter or some high-up craft, if you're seeing it at all. That's my head in. So, is it possible, right? The Yuri Gagarin or Neil Armstrong are the same person. They look very, very familiar. And you know, the first man in space, so he made it all up, Freemason. And then he goes all over the world as like an actor and a superstar. And he just no accent. He looks like a young Neil Armstrong, who's supposed to be, you know, one giant crock of shit for mankind, dude. You know, if you're going to land on another world, if they existed, you know, come up with something good. That's shit. I'd have come up with something really fucking good. Something that was stuck in the minds of humanity and not bored us. Okay, so is it possible? I think it's possible. Look at this for a shot. Okay, American City. Looks like Chicago. But look at that. Look at that mountain. And look how flat everything is. Yeah, it's supposed to be bending away, guys. Not only bending away that way, it's supposed to be bending away that way as well. And in that shot, which is, I don't know how many square miles, you should be able to observe something. But isn't that beautiful? That mountain. Looks like a volcano. So, in the old days, they would give you depictions like Newton's pyramids and epitaphs. And this one is a giant one. And it's of a globe where you can walk around and round and round, and it's got some sort of aerial. Don't know if they ever made it, but it just goes to show with their predictive programming and their bullshittery. So, Masai Mara? No, they're jumping off the ground. I know. I thought, first of all, but it's not good. You know, when you jump off the ground, it feels like you're levitating. It feels like you're literally, you know, floating. Because you're not touching the ground, you see. You don't know. So if you can master bouncing, yeah, and bounce around. I think I even had a bouncing dream once. Yeah, I had a bouncing dream. Where you just bounce around. I think it's fantastic. I think we should all start bouncing, guys. What do you think? See me, I used to run everywhere. If I had to go down the shops when I was, you know, even into my fucking up to my 40s, guys. If I would run, I wouldn't walk. I would run everywhere, and even distances as well. Yeah, big door for humanity, because we need them that big, because we're this small. I don't know if that's a real turtle, obviously, but it looks like a turtle, and I'm just saying. I know. A giant? Maybe. I don't know. No, it's not. But why has he got a skull and his foot on a skull? Where is everybody gone? The seagull's looking at him going off. I don't know. It looks like it might be Norse. So this building's interesting. Keys. Now, I watched a film last night out of interest, because the films I go through have to be something to do with our subject, guys, right? So what I watched last night, you're going to love this one. Masters of the Universe, guys. Masters of the Universe. He-Man, yeah? I am the power, yeah? And Skeletor, who wasn't all that bad, guys. Yeah, I quite like Skeletor. He grew on me quick. Plus, he spared everybody, yeah, once he had... basically, He-Man is his little bitch for later. He spared everybody. It was really kind. Anyway, so on He-Man, it was all about a key that they had, which was a device called the Universal Key. And guess what it did? The key? It played a specific tune. And guess what that tune did, guys? It opened portals. Through time. Yeah, I know. So, Yes, Isabella. I know. Loads of clues in He-Man. Absolutely epic film. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah. Dolph Rock. It was a brilliant film, and all of it. And do you know what? I don't know whether I'm in a different reality, guys, or what have you, but a lot of films I'm watching now, it's like the first time I've ever watched them. And a lot of stuff that I'm seeing is like, no, I haven't seen that before. It's like, what the fuck, 100 times? I haven't. It's new to me. I don't know what's happened, guys. Reality is not as real as it once was. So, yeah, World War I, get your lovely little Vickers, your gun, your bolt-loading gun, on your bike, okay, to go and fight the enemies, because they're being annoying, if that's the case. But who needs tyres? Now, tyres puncture, and you got to buy a puncher outfit, and then you got to buy an inner tube after that, knackers, and then you got to buy a spare tyre because they're worn, and you got to keep giving Dunlop and tyre companies money for tyres forever and ever. Amen. You don't have to, guys. All you need is little springs. And honestly, I reckon it'd be really, really nice. So tyres are a skank. We should have gone with them. Exposed tyre bastards as well. Don't know. It's just a gash. Is it natural? I don't know. I was also watching a thing about volcanoes last night, trying to understand magma. I'm trying to understand, stuff, melted stuff, and volcanoes are highly interesting, but they go with like stupid narratives like super volcanoes and stuff. But brilliant little section on Indonesian volcanoes. Something else I'm interested in is optical illusions. Now, a lot of our perception of this realm is like with, perceiving a sun sinking when it's actually moving away. When it's setting, it's moving away, not going behind any ball or anything. It's an optical illusion. There's plenty of optical illusions in our reality. You'd be very, very surprised how easily our eyes can be tricked and fooled. So always something that interests me, because I know that we can be fooled really easily in this realm, as that will prove to you just by looking at that. So, info. It takes on average 10 years for a vaccine to be approved. 90% of proposed vaccines are rejected somewhere in the approval process. The COVID vaccine is now ready in 8 months, killing one trial participant in Brazil and crippling another in the UK. They say it's 90% effective, but my own immune system is proven 99.96 effective. Sounds logical, sign me up. Now, they just introduced, they say they're going to roll out vaccines in Cardiff, where I live. They got vaccine centres. This is like, a test place for the rest of the world, apparently. Guys, they can't make a vaccine. This is insanity. Yeah, fucking crazy Gates is going to put a chip in this shit. And God knows what else. We can't have it, guys. Yeah, if they force us, I just can't imagine they can't force everyone in this place, even if they cut people's ability to buy or anything or trade in the matrix. There's a lot of people who wouldn't give a fuck. A lot of people go off grid and support themselves, grow their own food. Yeah, don't need them, don't want them. Fuck off. Haven't you gone already? Mosaics, Roman apparently, and you get what looks like a griffin and a dog head. You get a lot of dog heads. Like they really, really existed. So, UFOs. I've seen UFOs. I don't think they're from space, because I think space is water, but I do think they could be interdimensional things in here. And I don't think the flying saucers are anything to do with them. They're probably man-made. Why? Because of the advancement. Because they look like this in the 1940s when they're shooting down Foo Fighters. Get the 1950s, they look like 1950s Thunderbird cars. And then you get the 60s, they look more Star Trek-y. You get up to 1970s, they are Close Encounters of the Third Kind style in pictures. And then you get up to the modern day, and they're super fantastic, but they have disappeared off the internet just recently. So apparently this guy, who's got an 88, is taking out tanks, and he's shot down 3 Foo Fighters, apparently, or UFOs. Maybe. What is it with the head, another head of Nefertiti? What is it with her in the Berlin Museum? Something about her eyes, they say. And I tell you what, they seem fucking mesmerized by it, guys. Well, she's a Phoenician, I'll tell you that much. And she's got an elongated head, just like Akhenaten. Probably not even human. Right, flat Earth, the Earth's flat, guys. Simple physics prove Earth is a level plane. So if you ever wondered, what's going on, that's it. Okay, yeah, you need a container to hold water. Just look at your cup. Okay. Oh, well, I can't see from Europe to America. Why? Are you fucking Steve Austin, the bionic man? You got bionic eyes? Yeah, because you can't see the distance. Apart from that, all the particulates and everything else in the fucking air, you'll be able to see it one day happening. And the perspective factor and the way our eyes work and everything else into the equation, that would not be humanly possible. You can't see over good distances when the conditions are right, and no curvature will ever be shown. Where's the curve? Where's the curve? We ain't fucking there. I don't know. It looks like a civilization stuck in the side of a rocky outcrop again. So this was taken or sent me a week or so ago, and somebody stated, well, this was a Falcon Heavy apparently taking off. We can't prove any of this shit is happening. But this is the photograph when it went in front of the sun. Isn't it absolutely fascinating how it actually looks like it's traveling through a medium which looks exactly like water? Now, you have to admit, guys, that looks exactly like water, doesn't it? Yeah, the kicked up, you know, the spray behind, say, a swimmer or a ship or a submarine, or, you know, the way water gets chopped up. So, isn't that interesting? It looks like that. Nice shot, too. Falcon Heavy's a load of shit, though. So, don't just spray them, bury them. So, yeah, bury them or bury them. So apparently barium is put into chemtrails. This is on an American sort of SEAL thing from the old days. So they were joking about it, and they've been using barium and everything for quite some time. This has thrown me. This is a really old photograph of the Acropolis in Athens. And you see the Acropolis here. A little bit of scaffolding going on. What's the tower? What is the tower? I've looked over 1880s photographs I have of Athens. It's not there. And other photographs on Google as well. Not only that, down there's a little door there on the wall. This tower's not any later photographs. The only one I can find with this tower on the hill, and I don't know what's going on. Can't work it out at all. Right. Bells are to do with lighthouses as well, I am finding. Okay, general view of Bell Rock works. So they built this Bell Rock. Does it look like a bell? Well, it doesn't, does it? It's just a flat rock. Apparently, they built it on this flat rock. Bell Rock Lighthouse, very famous. Okay. Same for the Edison Lighthouse, built on a rock. I think there's something going on with these as well. Another type of technology by putting lights out for ships not to hit us. I mean, like advanced technology for shipping, guys. Advanced shipping. Sonar, more advanced. All of it. Nothing new under the sun, guys. Look how beautiful that is. It's like acid without actually taking it. Look at that. Fan-fucking-tastic, isn't it? So I hope you're all enjoying the show so far. I've got a little bit more to go. I'm going to come back and have a chat to you all now. I've got 640 odd of you watching. Thank you so much. Happy Flatterday, flat thumbs to all. Much love. And please share this out if you can. Get some peeps over. There's a lot of people pissed off and bored on a Saturday night. The pub, guess what? In Britain, they have curfewed us. Oh, I don't drink anywhere much, so I don't care. Curfewed people from pubs at 6 o'clock, and booze has been made illegal in public houses. Yes, you heard me right. Booze has been made illegal. You can buy it in your local corner spa shop, get ripped off, and go home and get drunk and shut the fuck up already. But what you can't do, okay, is drink in a pub in Wales right the way through Christmas. And they love a drink here. So I'm sure you recognise the architecture, guys. We're looking at Venice, and it's had a terrible event, hasn't it? Venice had a terrible event. So is it a flood that came through here and took this wall out? Can do it, yeah. So Venice has had a bit of damage, hasn't it? Could be flood. Looks like with that there, that wall, that thing, just block people off so that you shovel it out. But seems too much stone to come from this window here. It's hard to say. That's a big lamppost, that is, isn't it? It's not a lamppost. Something on the top of it. Ooh. Right, this guy's in Venezuela. This was him a year or so ago. Okay, he had everything going on, and he had a bit of a gut as well. This is the same guy in Venezuela in the modern day. Yeah, that'll be Britain soon. They say this happened. It fucks my head. People say no, it's a hoax. They, you know, it was smack square. The tower didn't come down in an earthquake, but it says in 1902 at 9:52. And I don't know why the balloon's in the picture. I don't know. It looks like it might be added. But the same token, they put a balloon with a tower being smashed to smithereens and falling to the ground in Venice. It's there in the modern day. Did it fall? Did it get rebuilt? Is that just fanciful? What is it doing there? Are we in a parallel dimension? Did all this shit happen? I don't even know. What about this? Could this be Wi-Fi on an Egyptian Kadoosh? Just like a Tesla tower. Very, very, very possibly. Very possibly. And old railway stations. There's another clue as well. Yeah, we got these all over Christendom. This looks like St Pancras, the domes, these little towers on top. Could have bells in here, clock tower. And what I noticed in my city, they took a lot of the clocks out of the 4 o'clock face clock towers. Yeah, 4 angels again, dome on top, belfry, all the tech there. This could be basically every time that clock chimes and it rings the bell and the bell resonates and it rings in the domes and these bits on the side here, 4 angels, creating a charge every 50 minutes, topping it up. This is free energy. This is free energy. So yeah, in 1918, the shit went down, as you know, before with the Spanish flu epidemic, but they were shooting people. Wear a mask or go to jail. So as it got on a bit, and they started to threaten us all with the vaccines, they started to threaten you with jail. They suppose they are now. And refused to don influenza mask, shot by officer. So this guy here, okay, he didn't want to wear a mask. The copper shot him. Okay. So this sinister shit been going on a long time. How to make flu masks. Yeah. You get an old pair of knickers. Okay. I seen that on somebody posted a load of people wiped their ass with the masks and started dancing in London or Birmingham, wherever it was in a protest. Again, dome. And look at this fantastic building. Whatever could it do? I don't even know. But some effect under here, surely. Fantasticus. And mermaids, apparently they had them in, fairgrounds in the 1800s. This grand, interesting and very cheap exhibition at the Masonic Hall embraces the most wonderful curiosity in the world, the mermaid. And an ornithoros, orang-utang, and a fancy glass blowing as well, because the Phoenicians like glass blowing. So, yeah, ventriloquism and magic. So they love magic, they love ventriloquism, they love the worlds of illusion, smoke and mirrors, mechanical figures. They love mermaids and glass blowing, because the Phoenicians are big on glass blowing. So, yeah, advanced ships. So in the age of Tartaria, I think wooden ships, and the narrative behind them, I think, is a psyop, guys. I think going on the Tartarian technology, which we've already found, then wooden ships with no technology don't make no sense to me whatsoever. Okay, I think they would be more in line with something like this, is what I think. Cities on board, advanced technology, the lot, even going submarine, even maybe taking even off. This is advanced technology, what I think of the Tartarian era. This is what my mind tells me it looks like. Okay. So this is in Texas, but it's a beautiful little building. Looks like it's got grass on it or something. Dome grass, maybe grass, but they got an optical illusion there as well. Look, them block figures. Texas, good enough for us. So that's a nice little thing, but it's like a mosque temple in Texas with technology. Guess that's not supposed to be there. Happy hat. This is a happy hat in a museum. This one's in Berlin Museum as well. And we can't really imagine anyone putting that on their head, but apparently they did. What would it do? It's gold. Looks like it's gold. Looks like it's precious metals. What do you think, guys? Happy hat technology. Who even knows? So, Flatterdays. You ever seen one of these? Well, they're all over my depictions, these sun dogs. And this one, from one of my depiction books of comets, etc., or astronomical phenomena, shows exactly the same feature. This, the magnetics bouncing off the dome back down, 4 angels even, all of it's there. Amazing. So, there they are, guys. Be grateful, be happy that you're not one of them, guys. That you're not one of them. You've got a critical mind. You think for yourself. Like I said, guys, what I'm going to do is just disregard all my previous belief systems. I keep harking back to stupid shit that's not real, guys. I'm even guilty of it. And, we start fresh, because none of that's going to help us or be needed from where we're going. Okay? So, Phoenician cameos. find fascinating. I don't know how big these are, but they're absolutely beautiful in design, and this, you know, this enameling, the coloration as well. Absolutely fantastic art. So that's it. I'm going to come back for a second, guys. I got a little bit more to talk to you and a little bit more to show you as well, in fact. But I want to check the time. Let's see how you all are. Yay! Flat Earth Britishness, 650 of you. 869 of you watching. Is that so? Holy fuck skins. Hi, guys. Flat thumbs to you all. Epic. Flat Earth British. Woo, woo, woo. I didn't say camel toes, Winnie. What the fuck is the matter with it? Oh, much love, guys. I'm glad you're all happy anyway. I hope you are. This is what we try to do. Yes, bring the happiness, bring love. No, that fear bullshit, okay? Opposition, not going to be needed, guys, okay? Truthers are really important right now. You don't even know how important. Every single one of you are playing a role in this, guys, playing a part in this, okay? We're on a set, a stage set. That's why they call it a reset, guys. Reset it. Fruits Movie Age. No, I got a bit more to show you. What's the time here? 11 o'clock. I've been going for 2.5 hours. That's okay. FBV Angel. Yeah, he's wicked stuff. Amazing stuff. Absolute brilliant on all this subject. He's well clever. He's a well smart chappy. Jazz Soldier. Conch Shells. So, hi Melage. Hi Liddy. Hi Dream Watcher. You Dream Watcher. Forsooth. What saith, Sayer? I've been having fucking wicked dreams the last 2 days, 3 days. I mean, the dreams you want to have. Yeah, you know, flying, all sorts of crazy good stuff. Yeah, being careful on the roads and not getting killed, all sorts of good stuff as well. But I'm always me in my dreams as well, and I have pretty much the same morality going on. It's fucking epic. Yeah, great time. Joy, carved seashells. Is that what they were? Oh, thanks for that. We all learned together. I Hat Fairies, flat green puff puff. Don't know what that means. Workmanship says Carol Snyder. Fox Bear, good to see you too. Howie. Hi, Howie. Holy F skins. Yeah, that's my saying. Holy fuck skins. I don't even know that's a thing. I think only I say that. 2 moons in June. Yes, okay. 2 moons in June. Brian. One love. Borrowed that, Brian. My Welsh brother from Llanelli. Liddy Pirate, starting in Pirate Wilson, Quebec old school, cool. Cardiff old school, nice to meet you, brother. Old Spirit, like Enoch says, it's all a duty to kill them all. Enoch did say, yeah. Kill the humans, kill them all, like that, in a jolly old way. Michael, Rocker, what's happening? Go FEB, Vertic, brother, happy flat day to you, Vertic. My dog. Jermaine, Isabella, and I got a load of people also in Facebook as well, and I do believe on the Celtic Tartarian channel. Let's have a look how many of you are in there. So I'm going to come back now. I'm going to show you some fucking brilliant photographs. Now these will blow your minds. Of Bombay, Calcutta. Pretty early, these photographs, from about 1870s through to 1880. Okay, early, so not far after the that so-called uprising. So it's in ruins, but what you see is a fantastic civilization. I will show you that now. So peace and love to you all, and I got 200 and odd watching in my Tartarian channel as well. So another 1,000 people on Flatterday. Much love to you all, guys. Fucking epic, innit? Yeah, I know. More the merrier. When I get about 20,000 in my chat feed, then I'll start opening my mouth. Okay, we got a plan. I'm gonna share more screen. So let me just bring this stuff up for myself and orientate myself. I have actually stacks of stuff to bring to you guys, but you know, we're limited for time, so show some more things, come back for a bit. For Friday night. Okay. So, Bombay and Kolkata, or Kolkata. And what you find is a lot more of these advanced technologies going down. But what I find fascinating is the crossover between, you know, you've got this Greco-Romano building with these portals that are still in place. Eros, all of their Greek, their Phoenician entities, and this upside down bell stupa with all of the technology on board. Absolutely fantastic picture that. So that's in Aragoon, which is it was in, I guess, Bangladesh, which is no longer Bangladesh. What's it called now? Oh dear, Myanmar. And look at this, right? You got this advanced thing here. You've seen that Greco-Romano building just now. Nothing outside but mud. They don't do roads. They don't do pavements. They protect their lampposts. Not too many people around. These buildings are really like castellated, German-looking. Yeah, crazy that is. And look at this building on the corner, if you can see it. So yeah. They hide so much from us with the Indian narrative, you know, guys. So this place has been grown over time. This technology. Look at that. Is that mesh? I think it is, you know. But upside down bells and resonation technology, resonators, energy gatherers. Use a whole plethora of them. It's just unbelievable. It's like, you know, overkill on the tech. Yeah, this ever decreasing step in technology, full out antiquitech. Same with these things here, and this thing here, and this thing here. It's just, this is like a bazaar for antiquitech. I think they might be selling lampposts as well with lights on. What do you think? Fantastic, that is absolutely fantastic. Wow. Okay. And oh, that slipped in there, but this is another one at Baalbek. When they turned up, they must have blown their minds to find this, wondering who could have built this. A lot of it's still buried, a lot of it's still smashed from the events. Lintels fallen down, possibly big stonework below it. They say there's all sorts of narratives about the plinth below Baalbek, because it's in a specific dimensions, an incredibly big square. You know, aliens say, it was a landing platform then, you know. So, more India, I guess in the banks of the Ganges, somewhere you don't want to go to the toilet in, because it's holy stuff. But you do notice is these. And I hope they're umbrellas. Yeah, they are. I thought they were satellite dishes or something. What's this? Yeah? Every single one on there. Look at how many it's got, guys. It's right by the water as well. So temples, domes, by the many, and all of them. Look at this overkill on the tech. No wonder they were such a flourishing civilization and looked so wealthy and healthy. They must have been living forever as well. We don't need to die. It's bullshit. They got us on a Phoenician paradigm. All the movement and the programming and the fucking age they tell you are and everything else. It's bullshit, guys. I'll fucking prove it to you. I'll go younger. I'll show you that this is bullshit. The paradigm they told us is brainwashing, it's false, it's fake as fuck, all of it. What do you reckon happened there, guys? Looks like they've had a bit of an event going on. There's a head there. Animal head. Maybe an eagle? Yeah, an eagle. So they had terrible events happening in these photographs not long previous to them, where all of these advanced technologies, stupas, temples, smashed. The size of these things. Why are they all so smashed? What happened? What happened? Crazy. I'm looking at this wire here. Just, it's like a plug on it there, or is it just a crack in the photo? Could be a crack in the photo. Okay. Get that. Fantastic pictures. Look at this thing then, yeah. At first I thought, holy fuck, this has been fucking hit by a fucking laser beam. Yeah? Plasma. Superheated. So what material would you say this was built in, guys? It's rock, isn't it? It's not sandstone, is it? I had to say. But, you got a bit off here and some slice has just come up, hit this on the side. What could this building be even? But it's taken damage, hasn't it? And it's all collected on the bottom as well there, hasn't it? It's unusual. You think water, Mel? Yeah. It's usually the case, isn't it? If the water's coming through, it causes erosion, and after time, you see the water line getting lower, and the stones become more, the bricks become more, exposed when the water recedes, like so, got bashed out by tide. So that looks like it's had water, yeah. Oh, you can see it there. Yeah. Okay, this has been worn away. Yeah. I could see that, and there, and there, and there. All right, the water came maybe this high then. Oh, maybe the whole thing was under. Look at that bell on top. Looks like one of those arrays off battleships in the modern day, guys. Look at that. The whole thing looks like it's out of a Flash Gordon. Wow, guys. Decoration, my ass. Yeah, water, definitely there. I'd agree with that. That's the case. That's what it looks like there. Water damage from the floodage. Oh, that's unusual. They're almost Chinese dragons in India, aren't they? So I was also looking into the Black Hole of Calcutta, but I thought they'd have photographs of them in there at least, but no. That's disappointing. Might not have been all that bad anyway. But well, this one, guys. So I don't know. Look at it. And they got like cartouches on the side there, or behind the picture. Can you see there? They look Assyrian. It's India. Oh, I guess they could be Hindu deities. Yeah, wow. There's a pillar missing there as well. Fantasticus. Look at that one again. Carved into the rock face there already. And why the need to go into the rock? Can you just build it outside? Natural protection? Even knows. Or this one. Yeah, just left out in the middle of a rocky nowhere. You're going to put that fantastic bit of architecture. Oh, fucking hell. Stoned. And that one's in Calcutta. So Calcutta has fantastic architecture, I have to be honest. That looks like a British railway station. No clocks. Instead of clocks, we get Technasmia ports. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? Still could be bells in there. And there's another port there. And they've not been blocked up. And a nice river. So that is a fantastic building. And pure antiquitect out. It looks like it's St Pancras or a British railway station. Or any Christendom railway station of old. Could be Melbourne, South Africa. And what's in these plinths under statues? I'm thinking there's something in there as well. You know, considering the Phoenicians are crazy motherfuckers, wants us to all kill ourselves and want to drive everyone to distraction through gaslighting everyone with insanity. I think they must be doing it on purpose, so even the stupidest people can say, actually, none of this is making any sense now, is it? I think there might be something else going on. Yeah, no fucking shit, there's something else going on. What about this? Wrecked again. Looks like it's sandstone. Looks like it might be relatively easy to chip away at. I'm not sure. Ooh, fucking hell, I don't know what they are. We got two metal, like, nipples. That's the only word I can think of. I don't know why. I just say it. And a big nipple inside. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Like, I think they've had the technology, aren't they? Left over. Wow, that's incredible. I wonder what they did. Maybe water features. I can't imagine, no. Little boy there. So, look, this one's buried as well. That's more HD, that, isn't it? It circles here. Like something else was in place on the front of it. Do you agree with that? That's really interesting now. This looks obviously newer. And we've seen this site before, mud flooded site. When it's first been dug out of the mud, I would say. More of the same technology. What this? When I seen this picture, I thought, fucking hell, look at this. Mixed in with the normal architecture, you got this thing here. And I'm guessing it's a water feature, but advanced tech, this one too. Yeah, electrified, magnetized water, maybe, who even knows. And at the staircase, halfway up, you get this. What? It's got a cross on top as well. What? Halfway up the stairs. Yeah, just like them little electricity substations we have, you know, every 10 blocks down or something for our electricity. Pretty much like that. What about that? Well, it's definitely been blocked up, hasn't it? You know, why do they put the pillars and these, you know, these features not to have anything in them? And what's happened to it exactly? Because it looks all fucked up. Did you build this? We don't know who did it. I do. We do. So that's an interesting feature. What could it be? I do not know. Any ideas, guys? The elephants. Well, it might have been. Didn't think of that, Watery. I guess so. Niven, why would they put an elephant by it? I don't know. It's a bloody good point. Again, good video this week, Nathan. Fucking hell, Niven. Good video this week, Niven. Somebody had to say it. Somebody had to say it. That'd be you. Okay. Look at this Greco-Romano temple. That lake looks bloody rubbish and like it's not been made, so it's all flooded out, isn't it? Still, water's still there. No, that's Calcutta, a college, very big complex, and again a mole court, I guess. Fantastic architecture for India. So we're supposed to have built that since the Raj and since we arrived, apparently. But they got fantastic, better architecture. That's a pyramid for a start off. Step pyramid with technology behind, in front of it. In fact, I've never seen a pyramid like that in my entire life till just now. So I've seen this. I wonder if they're going in there. So pyramids, as we know, are worldwide and not indicative to just, you know, Africa or Egypt. We all know this by now. Get them everywhere. China has them. They say Bosnia. I'm not so sure about that, though. Whoa. Whoa. What's that one and all? Whoa, what's going on with my Brian? Splat, splat, and splat. Well, if you're going to build them high. That is a really unusual feature, guys. What do you make of that? Oh, I got to see what you're saying. So I'm being buzzed by a helicopter at the moment. This happens a lot. I don't know why, because no one's out. It's freezing cold. There's a curfew. They can't go to the pubs. They're all closed. It's illegal to drink. So I can't imagine. So, yeah, look at that pagoda thing in the middle with the water. Definitely program water with frequency. And they have to be using bells because I showed you they're doing it in China. They're doing it to that extent. What an unusual feature. Look at these two then, right next to one another. They've broken into them and they've taken a smashing, and they're nearly near the Himalayas, so right in the north of India. But, you know, again, just super futuristic technologies. Again, another guy in a pith helmet. You've got to watch them. They're really pissy. And they look worn as fuck by water, I would say. Looks like. Come that way and just kept, you know, tide or water running past it would definitely erode it. You see the same feature in a lot of Britain, you know, on a lot of the lower levels of British buildings. You see all of this erosion of brick and, you know, where the floodwaters. So what did they use? Oh, I know. There was a giant and he had a giant grinder, disc cutter. So that's what we're seeing there. We're seeing a giant with a giant disc cutter, aren't we? Crazy. Yeah, the pith takers, holistic powwow. They take the pith. I've seen something like this before. Wow, that's really, really unusual. I wonder if this is hollow. Yeah, what a place to build a little civilization. What did you do in there? What is? Yeah, there's a door going under it. It's all hollowed out, I reckon, guys. Wow. Wow, this site is mind-blowing. Check it out. How did they build them? And all of that, you know, genius knowledge of how this place works as well. They take us miles away with their modern science. Oh, honestly, miles away. Look at that. That looks a bit Russian as well, doesn't it? But that's fabulous technology. Whew. And this is a fort I've seen a few times. I think it's in Kolkata. Mud, is that grown over? Is that just mud? That's grass. But huge fort. Huge fort. Bell towers on each corner. And a Hindu temple. Some Hindu deities. Cool. Wow. It's hard to believe this is freaking India. Not what you'd think, is it? Wow. Beautiful. And Rome. You'd expect to find Rome in Bombay, or the Phoenicians, because they were there. And Rome was not 2,000 years ago. And it wasn't Rome, it was the Phoenicians. See the Corinthian tops? Like exactly the same thing in San Francisco on the Arch Rotunda. Exactly the same. Do you know why? Same builders. No matter where you were in this plane. Nothing is what you thought it was. So what we got there, Christian church with the Technasmia port in Bombay. So these as well I associate with resonation. You see a lot of these like soundproofing, like you get in recording studios. You see them a lot as well. So for praying, these look like stone prayer wheels. Maybe they're active, I don't know. But yeah, it's more than prayer, guys. It does more than that. Look at that. Water came through here, smashed this out, eroded that, cracked that, and filled it up with mud. Huh. That is very fucking telling, that is. That's a brilliant shot. Kolkata, English church. It's crazy. Nothing is ever as you think it is. Who knew? Who knew? And look at this tower as well. Reminds me of the one you see in Chicago. 1 tier, 2 tier. The second one got a clock on it. What is in the top with the serrated bits? All of this. Eh? Nice bit of railingage going on as well. Wrought ironage. And these. Bells. Technasmia. All in a row. And what would be in there, I wonder? Viewing platform for when your airship comes in there? Very possibly. But this looks like some huge complex, guys. And I don't think it was for religious purposes. This is a fort. So that's some windows blocked up in there as well. Look at this thing. Grass, mud. All below ground level. Ground level's up by there. Inside these caverns, inside these stone structures. Water's come through, carved these things, washed them, wrecked them. Look at that, what I mean. Look at the old world's just lost in the jungle. This is like a mini Angkor Wat. So can you imagine how glistening, how amazing this place was compared to what it is now, guys? Yeah, look at it. Just left to rack and ruin. Look at the decoration, the ornateness. This place was fucking fantastic. So, well, the water's killed that, no doubt about it. But like, look, go up and up and up. They're still there. So the water maybe came that high, would you say? Yeah? Oof. There's one that's deep in the mud by the look of it. Oh shit, what's that? Oh dear, that looks like something 5G-y. Oh, you gotta be having a giraffe on me. They left all of this open, the open. Wow, what's you guys saying? Phew, my head is blown. Wow. Anyway, thanks guys. So many of you in my chat, I got a few hundred of you there. And in my Tartarian channel, God knows how many on my Martin Liedtke. But thanks for popping by anyway, guys. It's been a fantastic night. Got a few more to show you with these. I'm going to come back. Look at this thing here, right? What do you think? Is it a hairbrush? Would that collect a charge through the ether as things are blowing through it, or the ether's going through it? Yeah, it's credible, isn't it? Yeah, these things are mental. Some of the best structures I've seen in photograph really are all grown over, not far after a reset. And a bunko booth. Oh, in nowhere, look at this, guys. You step in, window, and all that technology. Could be teleporting, could be the telephone, or it could be for health factors, or all of them. As you can see, they repurpose all of antiquity. They get smashed like this. And look how many of these things there are there, guys. Well, my mind is starting to see what this place was like. You know, I don't know if you're getting it, but can you just see it? And everything's wasted landscape around this fantastic structure. There's a cannon there. Wonder what happened. Wow. Flat Earth British vlogs always blow my mind, even when I'm doing them. So this is luck now after the uprising. Crazy, these posts. And there's no people around. There's fantastic architecture there. It's Greco-Romano, because the Romans were in India. They must have nipped down from the Silk Road. Academia I've got a leg to stand on. It's just pathetic in my eyes. Why they keep coming up with these same bullshit narratives. Yeah. Well, what about the Greco-Romano Arc of Triumph you have in Bombay? Oh no, it was just built by the colonials. All right. Out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Oh, it's not left over from previous world then. No. Oh, all right then. I'm happy with that. I'll go with that. So Roman looks like sewer systems. Phoenician, more Antiquitech. We've seen this many times in Lucknow. The whole place is shattered in the background. The buildings are destroyed. The place is taking a reset. And this is apparently a boat that you can sail down the river in and have a cup of tea, cup of cha, before they got reset. So look at the top of this one, guys. So bells, apparently in traditional costumes and traditional Tartarian lifestyle, if you like, or anywhere in Europe in the old days, they used to wear bells. Ladies used to wear bells on their ankles for dancing, and ladies were apparently known to wear bells if they were virgins as well, is in the narrative. So there's reasons, like you get cows wear a bell as well, cats, bells, and look at this thing. They've protected it a bit though. What could it be? What could it be? Alchemy. What could it be? What could they be? He's looking at them thinking, what the fuck am I looking at? I tell you what they look like, mate. They look like upside down bells. Resonating chambers. Jeez. Look at this. What are these cubes in the background? I would love to know. I can't work them out. I really can't. Don't know what they are in the background, but the world's shattered. The world is absolutely shattered. In the something that happened in the 1850s, what they call this uprising. There they are. What are they? I'm afraid I can't even identify what that is. There's buildings with sticks and trees hanging out of it. Guys, what am I looking at? My poor Brian. It's melting. I don't know. Oh my God. Is it in? This is India. We have Egyptian hieroglyphics all over this. Guys, can you see this? One of the things covered in hieroglyphics, this is in India. They're Egyptian. Also in India, apart from you get giant arches, a lot of giant arches, which from what look like giant walls, you have these pillars. They're all over India. I posted about them about 3 years ago. They're made of steel, made of metal, all of it, and they are everywhere, all over India. Okay? But look at it. It's just stones, like nothing ever moves there because there's no people, guys. It's all gone. That's why. Some fucking terrible reset happened to India. Just got that feeling about it. Anyway, so Flat Earth British, if you don't know, Flat Earth British Mindblown Mudford, use my basically website, flatEarthBritishInfo.com. Everything you want to learn about this subject's on here, guys, okay? I got a shop, FB Think Tank, you can still access through that. And the book, Holy Grail of Flat Earth. Buy the book. Buy the book. It's fantastic. And support me. I got to pay rent. And anything else. I got all of these things going on. Loads of Flat Earth British shit going down, guys, okay? And we got the juice as well. Endless juice. I'll be back in a day or two with more juice. And sub to my son, Welsh Dragon Metals, okay? He does salvage and making money out of shit, which is really good in an apocalyptic environment, which we're finding that we are in, okay? If you don't know, and you're new to Flat Earth British, I've been posting this one day ago on the Flat Earth British Think Tank channel, and I've been posting all of these through the previous week. Okay, there's lots going on, and you obviously know of our other channels. So that's Flat Earth British. I'm coming back to see you lot. Yay! Hi Zalich. Didn't see you there. Glad you could join, my brother. I'm glad to see you all still here. Let me Fonzie. I love Fonzie. If you Henry Winkler though, you might not have had one. Winkle might be one of them. You just don't know. You know, in this day and age, it's like, is it? I don't even know. Anyway, let's have a look at my brothers and sisters in chat and find out who exactly has been here. I know we got a lot of the peeps. So is that how many of you are watching? 800 people, still over 1,000. Make sure to share this out, guys, and watch all the videos. I'm going to be back in a day or two, okay? What I haven't shown on this because I've got a lot more content, okay? So Teresa, hi, Dick. Hiya, and Hippie, who's Teresa. Hiya, sweetness. Julie, thanks for the stuff on bells. It was fantastic, Julie. The quantum mechanics stuff, don't think they go with. And particle physics can be proven. Dragon Sage, good to see you. Yes, Tales of Topographic Oceans. Yeah, I've seen what the Earth looks like with all this water stripped off. Yeah, that's not a circle, is it? It's just bullshit. They're nutters. The nutters. I Hat Fairy, good to see you. Vertic, good day, my Zalich, my brother, wherever you are. Again to you now. Matthew Titus, Mama Cat's there as well. Hi, Mama Cat. Portal to hell, maybe. Hell might be rock. Hell might rock. I wouldn't even bother having hell in because that's a false narrative about reality. It really is. It gives people fear of what might happen. Yeah, it's bullshit, guys. Fear factor. Fuck it. Yeah, get the fuck it factor. You can ring my bell. Don't even really sing, Matt. Jessica. Wow, I can't believe my eyes. Well, you should watch Flat Earth British more. When we say we're going to splatter your brain or your Brian, we mean. When I say we, I mean me. You're Brian. I always say we, but I like to include everybody because we're all a part of it because we're think tank, sharing thing, and then we all feel happy. Super Cyan, good to see you, brother or sister. Isabella, Liddy, Howie, and I am Longfrog. Hiya, good to see you. Low Country checking in. Love you, my brother from the Low Countries. Watery. India, it was lit as fuck, no doubt about it. That place was advanced tech. Batteries. Oh yeah, batteries could be. QSense. Thank you for that. Zalmoxie. Flat thumbs, Zalmoxie. Much love to you, brother. Jabba, Jabba like Jabba the Hutt. Shut the fuck up, you must. So I wonder sometimes if they just use more electricity, way more than needed. No, they're doing that now because they've got free energy. They're actually burning it off to get rid of everybody, and they're making everybody pay through the nose, have a shit fucking existence. Pay for utilities are all actually free. Is the truth. And they had an entire paradigm of people, working in coal mines, and things like that, to fulfill bullshit narratives. Yeah, to keep the masses happy. Workingmen's clubs, booze, cigarettes, and that sort of low-level mentality. So I want to thank Colorblind and Longfrog for super. So thank you for that. Heidi, thanks for that kind email concerning my fluffy rabbit, and I'm okay. Okay, I actually not all that good when things die, especially when they're cute and fucking fluffy. And mine. Oh, my friends, anyway. So, anyway, Sunfire, nice one, Liddy Babe, Plain Drifter, Fritz, see you, Drift, Wow, Brian Waves on full surfing. Whoosh, yeah, I know. I said it was going to be a roller coaster ride of information today, wasn't it? I did mention this to you, didn't I? Alpha Billy, solar panels price dropped dramatically in Canada. I got a big fuck off solar panel that if I manage to get off grid at some time, which I'll have to very, very soon, okay, I'll have electricity so I can do flat earth Britishness, okay? Bogdan, brew, because this cannot end, okay? So there you go. So Brian Waves, yeah, Brian, right, his brain spelt wrong because it's more fun now. We do it like that, flat with British. We like everything more fun. Okay. So how many times you spelled Brian wrong and spelled brain or the other way around? I know. Oh, don't say you haven't. That's a lie. Andreas. Yeah. No, you know Arwin. And anybody else who's in chat. Anyway, guys, it's still 800 of you watching, but it's getting on now. It's nearly 20 to midnight. Been going on nearly 3 hours. So I'll never watch this back. Okay. Hot Knives. I didn't see you there. Good to see you, lady. Oh, Flat Earth Space Agency as well. And Holy Spirit. The Nephilim, the Phoenicians, Anunnaki. I think they're all the same culprits. You could call them Atlanteans. You could call them Olympians, if you like. But yeah, they're all evil. Yeah, we beat them up every single time. They just can't handle us, which is too fucking hard. Adrian Kanan, FEB, nothing. Or nothing. I don't know what that means, but I think it's a nice thing, so thank you. Anyway. ICO. OIC. Bell Labs. Oh, I got a list of all them. Bell Labs, Bell Laboratories. There's stacks and stacks. Pickard Bell. The computer people. Pickard Bell. I mean, there's so many. They'll start to drop on your mind soon. You think, fuck, you know, yeah. Then a penny will drop, especially considering computer world, really, where the data is in the data stream, in the water, in the memory, which is the water. Okay, not the cache record, in the water. HG Wells. Well. My man, love from Australia. We love you in Australia too. Love from Oregon. We love Oregon. We love everywhere. Karen, I've said hi to you, haven't I? So Lynn Roberts, anybody now who's watching, say something in chat, okay? And then I can shout you, and then I can get out here and get a cup of coffee down my Gregory Peck. And thank you for popping by on Epic Flatterday. It's been a weird week. It's been a hard week. I've had all sorts of poo come down, but I'd like to say happy. And I want to project myself on the internet if I'm anything other than super fantastic, Mary. So there's Anthony Suso, my mate from years ago. If you don't know Anthony Suso, epic chap, known him nearly kind of 6 years now, since 2015. Been on hangouts with that chappy. I had a show with him about a week or so ago, talking about is this place a simulation? And that's where that chap mentioned we could be in pods in 1972, which I thought was fascinating. And that we could be all dead and in a simulation. And we're starting to notice the differences and everything else, which is why everything's gone so weird. Anyway, Kung Fatty. Remove the dirt and solve the riddle. This is what we do. We dig deep. Okay, you know, flat with British. We dig deeper than most. Michelle, Christian, good to see you. Christian Storm. I want to know the number of people who light up when I'm here with your Zippo lighter. Yeah, that's going to happen. So, Baldwin Bear, good to see you. Stephen Thompson, Emma Coombs is in the house. Darren Goodwin's in the house. We do try, Darren. We do try. Okay, we do a good job. I'm happy. But I'm grateful for anything anyway, and that's why things work out, see. Okay. You find that if you're just doing it like without thinking about it and just do it like part and parcel, not think about too much of it or any of the bullshit that's going down in the world, and everything swims along nicely. It's epic. Oh, thanks for that. Thanks whoever that was. I missed your name. Thanks for the super. Oh, much love to you. Who else is it? Oh, my mate from Hollandland. I think they got a Holland in Hollandland. I do that anyway, okay, because America land is America land. Hippie shake. Okay, I'm going to be going now soon. I have to. Thank you, Mel. Stay unvaxxed. Good advice from Melage. Thank you for watching chat for me while I was talking for hours and doing my stuff. Hope it all went well. And I hope I managed to elaborate myself to you and you understood everything or overstood everything. So, Holistic Pow, good to see you as well. Solid Rock. Yay, Solid Rocks. Okay, all my friends. Anyway, last big Virginia as well. Good to see you, Virginia. Christine Diana. Both parties US approved marijuana federal. Well, I think it'll go legal worldwide would they soon. They'll have to. It's bullshit, isn't it? All of it. Buy it in the chemist. Woke Realist, good to see you. Glass Show, I didn't see you there. Dragon Sage, didn't see you there. S. Michelle. Oh, we don't take no notice of politics or anything to do with anything in the Matrix on here. Okay, it's too late for all that. We don't care. We don't care. It's not going to make any difference anyway. Not where we're going. James Brockers, good to see you, my brother. I'm in a fantastic night. Okay. Flat thumbs all. Happy Flatterday. I will be back in a day or two. Do not despair. martinleaker7@gmail.com. If you shall need me for any information or anything, full stop. I will try and get back to you as quick as I can. So that's the end of Flat Earth British broadcast on a Flatterday, on a strange as fuck week, a strange as fuck year, in a strange as fuck reality. But having a kick-ass time. Flat thumbs, peeps. See you soon. Much love. Be good.